Da 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 da. I'm streaming right now. This is a beauty. And now I'm gonna be a girl. Da, 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 da. I'm gonna have some. It's too loud. There we go. Some music for y'all to listen to before we go live. It's currently 8 p.m. I imagine Chris Hansen is on right now.
That we had
Yup, he is on.
Sarah.
Okay, so I shall turn off that music right now. So, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Instead of tweeting, I will instead be reacting to Chris Hansen live as he as he talks. This is currently just an introductory thing, but for those of you who are not aware, Chris Hansen is currently looking into Onision, which is great. For those of you who weren't watching my live tweeting last last week on Wednesday, Chris Hansen was discussing with Sarah the gut-wrenching details, one could say. I still have my hat on, but that's okay. To Christ Hansen. But yeah, I'm a little distracted, but they currently have Regina on, which is really nice. Can't say for certain what they're going to be talking about, but I can imagine. With me. But, yeah, I am a little frightened, if I do say so myself. This, I know. I am not prepared at all. That's okay. Wanna know why? Because I always figure it out. Because I figure it out. I'm the type of person who figures it out. I should have probably had the music going, but that's okay. We'll figure it out together, because we're friends. Probably rename that as live chat. Paste. Okay. And rename live chat. I never have my shit together. It's never good. Browser. Okay. Interesting. Okay. But, we are going to, that's the wrong thing. I never have my shit together, I'm sorry. Play capture. This. I don't think that does what it does. That's okay. But at least we have audio. We have audio. So, worst case scenario, we could do that. Great. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we are. We have our thing going here. This is going to be lovely. And haboosh. And I think it should work for y'all. It's nice. Yes, it's working. Okay, good. All right.
Notice on the Instagram post.
Okay. So, holy shit, look at how fast that's going. Oh my god, look at that. That is crazy. Oh, you're not supposed to see it. No, you're not supposed to. Not yet. No, you're not supposed to say anything. No, not. My tabs. Not supposed to see nothing. Except for this, you can see this. Look at these two. They're amazing. Anyway, I'm gonna just start right from the beginning. And we are going to listen to Chris Hansen talk with Regina, a previous moderator, I believe, on his web forum. Creepy bastard. And it's gonna be fun. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna chill. It's probably gonna be a good hour, his stream, and we're probably gonna be here for a good 2 hours. Just take it apart each piece. And yeah, a lot of people are saying in the chat, Kai is crying right now. Yes, Kai is crying. I'm not even sure if YouTube will, like, let me keep this up, because Chris Hansen supposedly has an issue with copyright. But I will be discussing over it, and I won't show every single bit. Very likely it's just gonna go over what at least I already know. But yeah, I suspect she's going to discuss that Onision probably asked for her nudes. I'm not quite sure. I'm hoping not, that's not the case. Let's see, hold on. No, we can't get captions. But that's okay. You know what? Visually impaired people, don't worry. I'm sure live captions things will come up once when the video's done, and the algorithm sorts itself out or something. I don't know. But, my goodness. Oh, speaking of visually impaired, there's this new app that just came out. Let me just double check and see. Okay, that's working. Hooray. Called Be My Eyes. I saw an advertisement for it, and I figure, I have nothing to do with this. This is just something cool that I wanted to show off. I know I'm stalling. Okay. But it is a app that you can download, whether you are someone who are blind or medically blind, whether like full blind or like somewhat blind, they'll be able to help you out. They can volunteer and stuff. I think I haven't done it yet, but I plan to, because Good Samaritan, being a good person and all that shit. I'm not even caring if whether or not this gets monetized, because I can't get monetized because I don't have 1,000 subscribers. So who cares? I ain't getting no money. But this is something that's really cool, and I really recommend for y'all to check it out. It basically hooks you up with a face chat or a live chat with the person, so that way you can help them out, whether it be what is it? Like they're looking for a specific item but they can't find it, or they need help with doing something or seeing a picture, like that right there. Oh shit, there's like 3 million or almost 3 million volunteers. Holy shit. And more than 100,000 or 150,000 people to help out. So make sure to sign up. It's free. It's just something to help out people, because we need to help each other out, because in times like this where there's a man online, oh fucking shit, where there's a really, really bad man online. Who are the 22 people? No, I do not dislike that. Or, there's a really bad people out there. That doesn't mean that we can't be better people. You know what I mean? So let's take a look-see. Let's see what's going on with
Hey
Chris
everyone,
Hansen.
Chris Hansen here with
Hello.
Have a Seat with
How are
Chris
you?
Hansen here on my YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us. We've got another very, very compelling show tonight. As you know,
I
if
need
you've
to
been
turn that down a little bit.
we've been investigating a YouTube streamer who goes by the name of Onision. His real name is Greg Jackson. And there have been allegations of grooming
Sorry, just checking my
of
OBS here.
underage girls online, sexual impropriety with those girls. And as you know, last week we talked to a Canadian pop star named Shiloh who got caught up in all this.
I'm gonna check out my
He had
chat
a
for a
series of
hot
very
second.
credible,
So
very
far,
serious
nobody there. That's
allegations.
okay.
Prior to that, we had a young woman named Sarah who was coaxed into flying from
How
Michigan
about
to
that?
Washington State, where Onision lives, along with his wife,
There.
Kai. And tonight, it is my pleasure to have a brave young woman with us named Regina,
That's just
who
there.
also
So I can see
had a lot to
while
do with
watching.
both Onision, Greg Jackson, and Kai, whose real name is Taylor Elaine Anderson. And she's with us here tonight. Regina, thank you so much for joining
So
us.
far,
How are
nobody.
you?
I'm great. How are you?
My girl.
I'm great, thank you. I should add.
Look at her. She's on fleek. Holy shit. Yeah. Oh, there's Vincent Nicotera. I've heard word of him. I believe he's the original producer for the original To Catch a Predator. But yeah. With the original series of To Catch a Predator. Oh my gosh, I'm just realizing. I'm just realizing that Chris Hansen's getting really gray. Oh my gosh. But the original show of To Catch a Predator really helped a lot of people indirectly. They let people know who were the predators out there, and I think with Chris Hansen and his team, they wouldn't reach out to Onision without investigating him and getting all the information that they need, and possibly the information that could land him in prison, or at the very least land him on a sex offender list, allegedly. But hey, everything I'm saying is alleged. We won't know for sure until it is proven in the court of law. But yeah, it's yeah. It's just like, it's so surreal that like it's almost like having All Might come in and take out, like, I don't know, fucking Stain or something. Or no, not Stain, because Stain actually has morals. More like All Might coming in and trying to take out Shigaraki. Which actually, Shigaraki has more character than Onision, which is saying something. A fictional character has more character than an actual human being. That says a lot. But yeah. And for those anime only people, you will understand why I say that when season 5 or 6 rolls around. 'Cause season 5 and 6, holy shit. Season 5 and 6 is gonna be fucking dope. Anyway, back to the stream. Oh my gosh, I am not gonna get anywhere.
Also,
with
that
this.
Vincent Nicotera is here
I'm gonna
with us,
have it a little lower,
along with a team
just in
of
case I want to
really
chat over them.
fine people. And we're brought to you by StreamYard, which is the service that allows us to broadcast this live. And it's a great way for you to send out your shows or your work.
This is not
Use a number of
StreamYard.
different
I might
options,
actually.
and you can check it out by going to StreamYard.com. So Regina, let's get right into it. How did you first realize Onision was out there, that he was doing this YouTube show? How old were you, and what drew you towards him?
The age is really something to really bring. Oh my god, that's the worst brain to stop at. But the age in which a lot of these people are saying that they either had first contact or started watching him is extremely young. This is a trend that people have to notice at this point. And he has to be aware of this. Because he's saying, like, oh, my average demographic is 18. Well, yeah. or like my average subscriber is 18. Like, yeah, but who the fuck is watching you? Like, subscribers, a lot of them, I imagine, for bigger people are inactive because they subscribe and then they go and do their own thing. I personally know this because I'm a subscriber of PewDiePie. However, I don't really watch him anymore because his content, it's not for me, and I grew out of him screaming like a banshee at horror games. I grew out of that, and I think with the younger people on the internet, the younger people, the people in Gen Z, everyone in my generation is on the internet in some shape or form. Oh, that's concerning. Oh, there we go. I was going to say, like, there's so many fucking people. It slowed down. Kai is crying, yes. Kai is crying, everybody! Kai is crying. But, I really tweeted that I'm gonna be live. Who fucking cares? Oh, Jesus. Somebody's screaming. But the age in which a lot of these people come to him stays stagnant, but he just gets older. He just gets older. You know, like, it's like, fuck me, man. Like, this fucking guy, he's such a fucking creep. And I know my buddy's gonna probably come on here and say, yo, Orbital, you're fucking obsessed. Like, yeah, I am interested in seeing the process of how this creepy predator ends up behind bars, and if not, and lands up on the sex offender list. And that way the local community will have to know of his behavior and make sure that he cannot do that kind of thing anymore. This just the fact that not a lot of people are talking about this, and that Chris Hansen is looking into it, and like there's not a peep from the bigger YouTubers like Shane Dawson or anybody like that. Well, if Shane Dawson gave Onision attention, he would be like, oh my god, Onision, oh my god, it's Shane Dawson. Like, just fucking Jesus Christ. We need like bigger people, like, not PewDiePie levels of big, though that would help speed along the deplatforming of this guy, so that way, like, if PewDiePie calls somebody bad, they're probably bad. But no, I feel like a lot of people are saying that only taking him off of YouTube will do it, but I think we need to go further than that. We need to take him off his Patreon, and take him off the web in general. So that way he can't take advantage of people. And let employers know, hey, this guy did this online. Don't let him work for you, because he will do the same thing to your employees. I know that if I were working in a studio, like say he goes into film studio industry, he tries to be an electrician, or hell, even a cameraman or something, and he tries to work in the same studio as I do, or the same company, and I say, hey, or I probably would go to like HR and say, hey, there's this employee that you should really know about, Greg Jackson. Here's everything that he's done that has been documented on YouTube. I just slide over like a document, like, like, just like show up with like a manila folder and like a trench coat and glasses and a fedora, like, you need to see this. Like, and it would be like, okay, this guy clearly has too much controversy surrounding him, and we need to get him out of our workforce so that way it doesn't affect our business. And then he would be gone, and I would be happy and feel safe. Because, you know, this guy, with the last stream that had happened, Shiloh goes into extreme detail about Greg's abuse of her. Like, actual abuse. Like, she was denied medical care because he didn't want to pay for the health care. Her words, not mine. Like, yeah, yeah. Which has to be illegal. Denying someone medical care for a miscarriage has to be illegal. It has to be. They have to get him on this. And she was rushed to a hospital to Canada. She had to go to another country, and while she was doing that, I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but he should have gotten her to a hospital sooner and say, hey, you know, I can't afford the healthcare, but you know what? I will drive you back to Canada so that way we could get you that healthcare. He did nothing. He sat on his ass and let her condition get worse. It really pisses me off. That's like, I'm not even like 10 minutes into this stream. I'm not even like 10 or I guess 12 minutes. I don't know. I'm like 12 minutes behind. That's okay. But the neglect this guy does, and the defeminization is a new thing that he's doing. He's defeminizing Kai to the point where he is transitioning. Which, do I think that do I think that Taylor is transsexual? Fuck no. I think they're doing it just for the clicks. And if they genuinely are, I will apologize and say, hey, I am sorry. With your current situation, I thought that it was not actually, you know, transgenderism. Because, you know, and I'm not sure if I said this last stream, but where I talked about Onision, but Kai or Lainey or Taylor, I will refer them to Taylor because of their actions. Because of the just shameful abuse, which I am calling it abuse, to Sarah and Billy. They ruined their lives. They do not deserve their proper pronouns. They don't even deserve to be on free soil. I'm going to say it right there. They deserve to be locked behind bars for what they did. Now, will they? I don't know. Maybe Greg will throw Taylor under the bus. And be like, yo, hey, nice knowing you. I'm going to go and do this again with somebody else. But I'm not going to go to prison. You are. Because Greg is going to throw her under the bus. Greg is going to throw her under the bus. We all know it. Is that going to save him? I don't think so. So, anyway, back to the stream. My God.
First discovered Onision, I was struggling with my mental health at the time.
Yeah.
And found a video of his of why you should not kill yourself.
Why you should not kill yourself.
This fucking guy. There's so many fucking things that he should not be talking about that he talks about. Like, I think there was this one video that really set me off one day that just put me in a bad funk. I believe it was talking about people with autism, and I couldn't get through a minute of it without, like, just closing my computer. Because if I hadn't closed my computer, I would have thrown it across the room. He is such a fucking deplorable human being. And, you know, as someone who does have a disability, he pisses me off. Like, ugh. Hold on, let me check and see if there's anything in the chat. Oh, hello, there's someone in the chat. Yes, hello. Oh, Ghosty, hello, how are you doing? Yeah, I see you. I see you. Yes, I do. I hope you're doing alright. I feel like I should have another window open. Actually, you know what? Let's see if this works. Don't mind this. see if this works here. So that way I can watch the stream while also chatting with you. Because you're my friend. And I like you. No, Steam! No! No, not Steam! No! I don't want my Steam open yet. But, is that overlay? No, it is not. Okay, good. So, yay, I can watch you guys chat. And, yeah, he just should not be talking on these issues. He should not be talking on these issues. Especially with the women's health. The only reason why you should be talking about women's health is if you are either a woman or a doctor. Or hell, even both. Hell, even me talking about women's health, I would call that into question because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. All I know is that I armored up with Nexplanon and then I don't get my cycle anymore. Which is great. But, let alone a man who has no doctorate in medical science at all, or in any medical field. He has no doctorate. He doesn't even have he doesn't even have a college degree. I don't even think he has a high school degree, actually. I don't know. Did he graduate college? Did he graduate high school? I don't fucking know. It looks like he didn't. Because of the lack of intelligence and critical thinking. You know? You could say, oh, college doesn't have any value, but it does have value. It teaches you in more ways than you can imagine. I can't put it into words right now. College is another discussion for another day, but this man should not be talking about certain subjects. Especially with his victim blaming tendency, where he would basically blame the victim. You think I'm shitting you? Well, just look up Onision victim blaming, and you'll find tons of results. Where he basically says, to somebody who's being abused by their mother, like, oh, if your mother said the same thing to me, I wouldn't feel anything. Well, yeah, she's not your fucking mother. What if your mother said that to you? Exactly. Fucking asshole. I feel like I'm getting triggered, but not triggered, but infuriated would be the proper word. Infuriated. I feel like I'm on fire. In the worst possible way. Okay. I should let Regina talk.
Yes, sir.
And why did that resonate with you?
Was
that's a cute.
Was commonly coupled with depression as well.
Okay.
And so this resonated with you. What
Stream
was it about
resumed. Okay.
Onision's message that
there was a technical issue. I don't know what happened. But for what I believe, we are back online. That's okay. That's good. Okay. But let's just backtrack it for a hot second.
Coupled with depression as well.
And so this resonated with you. What was it about Onision's message that hit home with you?
I think with depression, it's something that not a lot of people are talking about. I mean, sure, one can say, I'm depressed or something like that, but not really taking it seriously with mental health. I know that I take it seriously personally, but if I didn't have the resources here at my university, I don't know where I would be. I was questioning myself, and I was questioning whether or not this was actually something that I should do for the rest of my life, with being a film major. Oh, Morphe, what have you uploaded? Oh, crazy boy. I had suicidal thoughts last semester. It was not a fun time. It was for an audio class where we were basically going analog rather than the normal digital. Which there's nothing wrong with analog. Analog has its benefits, but at the same time, it's like convenience over inconvenience. Where you could probably get the same level of quality from digital to analog, or compared to analog. I don't know. I have my own opinions on that, and someone can correct me if they want in the comments. But yeah, it really put me in a bad place because I got like a 45 on that test, and I broke down immediately. I just left the class and had to take a minute just to like breathe. I was sobbing like crazy. I was like, someone punched me in the nose and broke it. It felt awful, the feeling that I had. Look at those likes climb. Wow. Oh jeez, and the likes, or the people watching right now, 6,000. But it's it certainly scared me. And I think the professor that I had really gave me a wake-up call and said, this is something that's not going to be easy. I thought that if I put enough heart and soul into it, I could do it, but apparently that only got me so far. Now, unfortunately, for the professor, he ended up having a stroke and had to retire early, and we had a different professor come in, and he basically saved everyone from failure. And luckily, I was able to not have to retake that class. But it was enlightening. Opened my eyes and made me realize this is the real shit. This is what's really gonna go down. And so, I haven't seen him in person, but next time I see him, I want to say thank you for giving me that wake-up call. I'm gonna go back to the chat and let's see. Ghosty, yeah, I'm not bad. I saw that you were streaming and wanted to check it out. Seems like a pretty serious stream. Damn, I'm sorry to hear that you went through all those feelings. Yeah, it was a pretty villainous time. Oh my gosh, I have like all these internal references for myself, and I'm just like, nobody knows what the fuck you're talking about. But yeah, thanks for that. What else is? Yeah, but depression. I think I just like hit a bad rut, but depression is something that a lot of people are going through. I mean, I believe this one study that came out, I believe it was 2017. I'm not quite sure where I found it, and I lost track of it. But it basically said that we were, or that people in elementary school were just as mentally ill as people in like mental asylums back in the 1940s. Which is like understandable. Because the kids have to worry about school shootings, SATs and getting a job, college and where to go, finding a good career that actually makes some money, because we know that starving artists and, you know, there's a lot of pressure on kids these days. And not only that, but international news too. The kids have access to the daily news, and they're able to see the presidency, the international affairs, and all this grim stuff that is going on in the world. Now, I'm not saying that we don't need sadness in the world or bad things to happen. Well, I mean, bad things are bad, but they make us stronger and wiser. And I think kids are, with the introduction of technology in the kids' lives, it's making them grow up faster than they should. I feel like kids are growing up a little faster than they should be. And they should be enjoying their lives. They should be having sleepovers and scraping their knee while trying to learn a bike. They should play makeup with their dolls at home. They should be living life, you know? Now, unfortunately, I did not live that life. I stayed at home, played video games, and stayed in my room for a majority of my middle school and a lot of my high school life. But hopefully the next generation, I don't plan on having kids, but hopefully if my partner can convince me otherwise, I hope to make that kid have a less stressful life than what I currently have. And yeah, and I hope that the future is better. I highly doubt it because I'm a pessimist. But yeah. I just realized the comment. Greg is crying. Yes, he is crying. Boo fuckity hoo. But back to Regina and depression.
Basically, now that I look back at it, it was shaming people out of killing themselves, but at the time it seemed to me as giving reasons why it would be stupid to kill myself.
And so that was helpful to you?
Somehow, yes.
And you...
I keep pausing every time that something comes up, but I have to speak. I have things to say. I'm gonna actually copy paste this to my friends and be like, "Yo, wait, I'm streaming. Check me out." Wait, wrong thing. I need my live stream. Let's go to Orbital-Audio. Not my Tumblr, but though you could check out my Tumblr. YouTube. Oh, hello. Who's that? Oh, that's a associate of mine. There she is. There I am. Yeah, Julia, she's a sweet girl. I haven't met her in person yet, but she's a sweet, sweet girl. You're not supposed to... yeah, but I'm just sending this over to my friends. But, yeah, that's something that really pisses me off, is that he basically shames them into certain things. Like, with the whole victim blaming from earlier. Like, yeah, it's stupid, but there's a better way of handling it, mate. You know that there's a better way of handling it. So don't shame the victim, don't blame the victim, don't shame people, because shaming people into certain things is not gonna help. Especially with the whole Eugenia Cooney that happened. Yes, Onision, do you think I forgot about Eugenia Cooney? I fucking didn't. But with the whole shaming her into getting into treatment, it was a really shitty thing to do. You shouldn't shame people into getting help. They need to do it themselves, so that way they can get help, you know? So, yeah. Let's go back into it.
Where did the relationship go from there? You got to know, obviously, Greg, but first of all, this really started with Kai, Greg's wife, Taylor Elaine Anderson. How did you get hooked up with her?
Taylor Elaine Anderson.
I was
that is
browsing
her
my Discover
name?
feed on Instagram and came
no.
across a post from Kai that was a screenshot of my favorite band, which was Mumford and Sons at the time. And I was creeping through Kai's account, as you do whenever you're, just lurking through Instagram. And I commented
just
on
lurking
the
through Instagram,
and said,
yes.
"Oh wow, you're one of my new favorite accounts. I really like
Kai's
what you
crying.
do. Like, this is so cool." And
love
they
you, Gina. Yeah.
commented back a thank
Give her some
you,
love.
and then we got to
she
DMing
needs it after the traumatizing
And this was just Kai,
experience.
or was this Kai and Onision?
It was only Kai at the time.
At the time, okay. Yeah. And so take me through this relationship. How did it develop from that first...
YouTube is monetizing child groomers regularly. Onision isn't the first. I have to say that, yeah, that's true. I'm taking off my hoodie because it's a little hot, and I also want my robe on. Because I like my robe. Dude. But, yeah, freaking Austin Jones was someone who was monetized on YouTube, and he ended up actually going to prison. Yeah. So there was also the bidet, highlighted by The Right Opinion, and I believe there was just one video I saw today. Don't exactly remember who posted it or who the person was, but there was another predator that has been taken down on YouTube, and there's a lot of predators on TikTok and Discord as well. This is just something that we have to kind of deal with. I mean, we kind of have to... We can't just have, like, a Skynet-like level of surveillance. And, but we have to keep some of our freedoms, but with those freedoms comes the risk of running into the worst of the worst. I think with that, we have to do what we can to protect ourselves. Because the government can only do so much. They can't have 100 troopers protecting each individual civilian. That would be nice. But at the same time, we don't have billion troopers. I mean, we have a good amount, but we have a lot. And I'm not advocating, for I'm advocating for it a little bit, but the military is a necessary evil. And I think there are a lot of things that are worse than our military. And the fact that it's all a voluntary force is a good thing. Because I'd rather it be an all voluntary force than have drafts come up. And basically me being whisked away into the sunset, never to be seen again. But yeah, and his military history, we could go into that too, but not right now. But I think that's a topic for another day. But yeah, yes, predators online and personal security are something that are certainly things that we need to really consider. Holy shit, only 31 people don't like it. Well, that's a lot more than last stream. There was 28, I believe, last I saw. So hooray. Those are probably just dislike bots. Because God knows Onision has bots. I know, because there was this one video that I had posted, and somebody actually left a comment and saying, "Hey, you want to buy subscribers?" I'm like, fuck no. I want genuine people here. I am a genuine human who wants genuine people following her, you know? And, yeah. At the same time, I started on Tumblr app that basically still has porn bots on it. But yeah. Let's go.
Notice on the Instagram post.
It started off as just talking about
Weston with
music
Virginia.
and interests, and
And
developed
with the
into a friendship as we started talking about our
partner,
personal
quote unquote,
lives
yeah.
and what was going on in our day-to-day lives, and then it developed into more.
And how old were you at this time? 12, 13, 14?
I was 15, about to turn 16.
15, about to turn 16. And how old was Kai at the time?
19.
19.
Ooh, that's not good.
When did this...
I keep pausing, but that's only because I want to engage in discussion. And also... alright, I gotta go take care of some important things. Maybe back in later since I enjoy your streams. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you, Ghosty. You are my friend. Subscribe to Ghosty too. He's a cool guy. But, actually, who is watching me? Who's watching me right now? How many people? Only 2. That's okay. One of them is me. That's okay. But, hey, you know what? I like you. I like you guys. You guys are cool. You guys are cool. I need a better system. But anyway. Yeah. It's the age between people. It's a tricky thing. Me personally, I think that when you reach 18, there should be kind of a bylaw saying that you can only have sex with people within, like, a 2 to 3 year gap. And that's being generous. 'Cause I would probably even say 2. 'Cause if anyone over that already, even 2 years, already has a power dynamic. Onision has used this power dynamic against these girls, and used them to get his sexual desires, basically. And I think he has a thing with taking people's virginity. I don't know what it is. He talks about it like it's a slab of meat. And it's just... It's not right. It's not right. And somebody who's 35... You think he's 35. I'm not sure how old he is. He's in the 30s, which he should not be going anywhere near anybody in teens or 20s. Not go anywhere near anybody. Okay? Okay. Well, I feel like we need something to give kind of a wedge between the two parties. The court needs to look into it and say, hey, is this just a tax thing, or are you genuinely in love? You're not abusing the person in either side. And yeah, they would... It's... There's a way we can handle it while also keeping our freedoms, but at the same time, I'm willing to surrender some of my freedoms if it means that people like Regina and Sarah, Billy and Shiloh, and hell, even Sky, they don't get taken advantage of. And hopefully, Sarah will be the last. And Onision will end up behind bars. That's my hope. Now, will it happen? I don't know. I want it to happen. But very likely it won't, so.
Conversation between you and Kai turned into
just looking
a more interpersonal relationship.
It turned into a more interpersonal relationship.
No, nobody
a
in the
couple
chat.
months
That's
into
okay. You're doing great, sweetie. Yeah, you're doing great, Regina.
It started off slow, as in like, oh, you look hot. Oh, you look.
Keep in mind, Regina is 15 going on to 16. Shh. Taylor is 19. They should not be talking like this. This is not normal. This is not acceptable. Ugh, this gets me so mad. Like, I'm not triggered. I am.
I love you. You're
what's
sexy.
the word? Makeup
hot,
tutorial. The makeup is great.
Etc.
What's the word?
Was she flirting with you?
Yes.
And how?
Ew, 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 ew. Gross. I don't. What in the fuck? Why would they flirt with her? Why would they? They had to have known her age. They had to.
How did you react to that as a 15-year-old
kid? As a 15-year-old kid, I enjoyed the attention greatly.
This is exactly how he takes advantage of these girls. More often than not, they come from not so pleasant situations, and they end up meeting this guy, and they get the praise from him, and or hell, even Taylor, she does the same thing. She's doing the exact same thing that he's doing. They're adopting the same work ethic, or not work ethic, but the same methodology. It's disturbing, and this is disgusting, absolutely abhorrent, and I cannot wait for the day when he gets behind bars and I can rest easy knowing that one less predator is off the streets.
Now, did you identify gay, straight, bi at this time? Were you attracted?
It makes me feel so sick that they legit went after her while she was a child. They are sickles. Yes.
Her just as a
literally
friend,
just
as
talked
a woman,
about this.
as something else. Do you
Repsion is in the house. Oh, Repsion is in the house. What?
At 15, I was questioning. I was not out at the time, but I was pretty sure I was attracted to
I think none of us are bothered by the gender of Kai. This person is luring young women to be abused. That is unacceptable. I totally agree.
With a woman, and then finally coming to terms with, oh, I'm bisexual.
Yeah.
And who initiated?
Kai is a manipulator. His status as a victim does not negate that. That is absolutely true. If it came out, if the courts determine Taylor, had actually done what has been alleged, their victim status is not negated. In fact, it makes it worse. Because as a victim, you should, you don't realize it in the moment, but, you should have that, gut feeling that Shiloh had to, get out. And with that gut feeling, you should say to yourself, hey, I should probably not do the same thing that he's doing right now. Because I'm not in the most glorious of situations. But, yeah.
Any romantic talk between the two of you? Was it you? Was it Kai? How did that go down?
It was Kai.
And what did she say?
It wasn't initiated.
I like that Chris is respectful with identities and isn't afraid to ask questions.
Gradually introduced into our friendship.
Hashtag we stand with Regina. Yes.
Looking back now,
we said it at the same time.
That you're 22 years old. Do you feel that Kai groomed you?
Kai wants to be Greg. Always
of
has.
A vulnerable kid who was a little bit
I feel that. That is true.
110%.
No question in your mind.
No question in my mind whatsoever, Chris.
And what was
Let's
she...
just repeat that.
Do you feel that Kai groomed you, that she took advantage of a vulnerable kid who was a little bit starstruck?
110%.
As they should feel that way.
No question in my mind whatsoever, Chris.
And what was she saying to you that lured you into this?
I think looking back on it, the first instance I realize is when we finally started to text on our personal phone numbers, and Kai would send me pictures of behind the scenes of Greg's videos because Kai knew I was such a big fan.
And you thought that was pretty cool, I would imagine, at that age.
Oh, yes. I was also a moderator of Greg's forums at the time as well, and I just thought anything to do with him was so amazing at the time.
You were a little starstruck, I take it.
I was very starstruck.
And did you have any contact at this point with Greg, with Onision, or was it all with Kai?
I had little to no contact with Greg. It was very, very scarce. It was...
They both needed to be locked up, yes. Let's see.
With Kai.
And was he aware that this relationship was...
Guys, Greg is gonna sue his shoe, yes. But then again, his shoes... Chris Hansen's shoes has more dignity and respect for others than Onision has. And hell, they even have more empathy. They're literally objects. He has less than nothing.
Was developing between you and Kai?
I don't think I'll go through all
later on in the friendship
stream, because this this stream is already long.
So what happens? She, meaning Kai, is being flirtatious with you, getting personal with you. Do you remember, was there one...
There's something I want to do as well, while I am streaming. I want to ask y'all, do you want me to, work in Blender while I am streaming? If anyone is watching, please let me know in the stream comments, and I will be happy to work while they are discussing, and we can have some fun, you know? Let's have some fun! Speed is sick! I certainly don't want to ride Onision's disco stick. Oh no, wait, no. It's not even a disco stick. It's... Sky apparently came out and said that he has a extremely small micropede, which is... which I gotta say. Oh, hello. What is... Oh, no, I don't want volume on that. Shush, stop that. But I'll have, everything ready. Let's see. Oop. And window capture. Okay. And then Blender. Oh, hello. What is that? What is that? What is that? I don't know what that is. Oh, okay. No. Remove. Apologies. Display kit. No. Remove. Yeah, I'm still working the intricacies of OBS, so pardon me. But yes, I never have anything ready. So, let's see. Blender. Window title must match. Why is it looking like that? Why is... Blender not working the way I want it. I thought I could do Blender. Apparently I can't. Why can I not do Blender? Browser? No. Excuse me. I thought I could capture Blender, but apparently I can't. That's a bummer. That is quite disappointing. Yes, big oof for me. Blender. Let's try and see if we can get Blender to work. Volume mixer. Oh, hello. Oh, nope. No. You're not allowed to see that. Oh, that's a chat. I guess we're not gonna see that today. I guess we can't do Blender. Can I do Unity? I need to open up Unity first. Just so that I could do something while watching this. While Unity loads.
She crossed the line where all of a sudden you thought, wow, this is a romantic relationship.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Oh, a phone call. Oh.
Yeah, the little phone going off in the background.
Ring.
I apologize.
No worries.
Okay, repeat your question.
Was there a point that you felt, oh my God, this is really something. This person cares for me, even though I'm 15 and this person is an adult legally.
Yes.
And what happened there?
We're all rooting him just to be another victim. But he was groomed into a predator as well. Yes.
Kai started to slowly give me more trust. I slowly got to be a moderator on not only Greg's forums, but Kai's Facebook page, and then it progressed into Kai's
We don't deserve
Twitter
Chris
account.
Hansen. No, we do not.
Until I was eventually moderating.
I often misspell, or like as I'm typing, I accidentally put a T, so it's Christ Hansen. So, yeah, it's very nasty.
That's a big deal to a 15-year-old kid.
It's very blessing us.
That's also how I ended up meeting Sarah, as well as Kai ended up meeting Sarah.
Onion Boy,
Sarah,
we know you're watching.
Victim,
yes.
With whom we spoke 2 weeks ago tonight.
Yes.
Who was lured out to
try the
Washington State to
thing again.
Onision and Kai's home from Michigan.
Yes, correct.
When did this turn seductive?
There we go.
On the part of Kai?
I would say it turned seductive 3 to 6 months into the friendship. It was pretty quick.
And what happened? What did she say to you?
We started video chatting. We would FaceTime. We would Skype chat. And then there was one night that I got on Skype chat with Kai, and Kai did not have a top on.
She was nude from the waist up.
There we go.
Yes.
Did this surprise you?
Yes, but I didn't want to show Kai that I was surprised. I wanted to play it off of, oh, this is totally like what friends do, right?
So Kai, as an adult, showed up on a Skype topless.
Yes.
Communicating with you as a 15-year-old kid.
Yes.
And what did she say to you?
We just carried on the conversation like it wasn't a thing. It just was very odd to me that it was happening.
And how did that conversation wrap up? How did it end after this?
After the Skype conversation?
Yeah, how did that conversation wrap up?
It wrapped up completely normal. Kai was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to bed. Well, have a good night," and that was that pretty much.
Like nothing was going on. Just
like nothing was going on. It was very odd. I think it was Kai trying to see what kind of reaction I would get.
Which is
looking back, what do you think she was doing?
By the way, that is disgusting.
Testing the waters.
Seeing if you were game.
Yes.
When was the next time you had a sexually charged conversation with Kai?
It started to amp up into a very consistent basis. Sarah, Kai, and I had a group text message that we would exchange what you would call at the time on Twitter
Currently
thirst traps.
Editing again.
Thirst traps.
Yes, sir.
And what does that mean?
It would be sexually suggestive photos in bra and underwear with cleavage showing.
Is this a thing, or is this something that Kai made up?
It was a thing at the time.
And so you would do this. Did she ask you to send suggestive pictures to her?
Yes.
And were you okay with that?
Yes, I was.
At the time.
At the time, I was.
And you were 15 years old at this time?
I was... I think I had just turned... Yes, I had just
We
turned
need the
16.
police over here.
And did she discuss your age at all as it relates to this activity?
We rarely ever discussed my age.
But she knew you were 15, 16 years old.
She did.
Jesus.
No doubt in your mind.
Fucking Christ.
So you would send her
This guy
pictures
is
of
fucking
yourself
nasty.
in your underwear.
Yes.
What would she
Shiloh.
send you?
Or not Shiloh.
The same.
Taylor.
And what was the conversation like when these pictures were exchanged?
Heart eye emojis, kissy face emojis. Wow, you're really hot. What a babe.
Very shallow shit.
Along the lines of those.
Were you flattered by this at the time?
Yes, I was.
What did you think was going to come out of this relationship, or did you even think that far ahead?
I wanted a relationship. I
properly.
had a crush on Kai.
But Kai was with Onision, with
oh,
Greg
this,
at the time, right?
That's
Correct.
a belt. Okay.
So how did that work? Was this just an open secret with them that Kai, while married to or connected with Onision, Greg, would flirt and carry on with whomever she wanted to?
Kai played it off as, oh, well, this is friend banter. This is how friends talk.
Friends who are adults talk to 16-year-old girls this way.
I have friends.
In Kai's eyes, yes.
And we don't talk like that.
Did this escalate into
we don't
a
talk
far
like
more
that.
Sexually charged conversation?
This is...
Yes, it did as I got older.
It's so fucking gross! How
this progressed?
It escalated from cleavage photos and bra and underwear photos to full nude pictures of me.
She requested full nude pictures of you.
On occasion, and on other occasions, I would just send them.
Oh my fucking god.
Yes, I was 16.
Now, at the time, the age of consent in Washington State.
They're done.
Sexual relations.
At least Taylor's
16,
done. Oh my god.
Governing child pornography, which a prosecutor could.
Chris is just chill, like, yo, hey, nothing's going on.
Is anybody?
No, he's like, he's not.
Age of 18. Do you
chill.
have any
he's
idea
like
at the time that you may have been, or that she may have been Kai, breaking federal law by sending what could be construed as child porn?
At the time, I had no idea that was happening. I saw that I would get more attention from Kai from doing these things, so I continued.
How graphic ultimately were the pictures that you sent to Kai and the pictures that Kai sent to you?
Photos of me on the mirror, completely nude.
Close
Close-up ones of me grabbing my
Oh my
chest.
fucking god.
Ones of me bent over in lingerie.
Oh my god.
And
I'm like
vice versa
reeling
with Kai.
from this.
And these pictures were
This is absolutely fucking
produced
bananas.
with the intent to create sexual arousal. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And describe the pictures Kai sent to you.
Close-up photos of Kai without a top on.
Oh my
Kai in the
god.
mirror as well, nude. But that was the extent of it on Kai's part. I participated in more graphic photos of myself.
Oh
Was
my
this because
fucking
you
Christ.
wanted to do it or because she asked for it or a combination of both?
A combination of both.
Oh, fucking gross.
And did Greg ever get involved in any of this, Onision himself?
Greg did not directly get involved, but there was a point that Kai let me know that Greg would not mind if Kai and I were involved.
Oh my
Sexually.
god. Oh my
how
god.
long, so she came out and said, look, if we got involved sexually, this would be cool with Onision, with Greg. She made that very clear.
I'm struggling, man. I'm struggling.
Yes, extremely clear to me. And
it's just one thing after another. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god.
I also let Sarah know at the time.
So Sarah, who was the alleged victim we spoke to a couple weeks ago,
Regina, you're fucking
was
oh my god.
being groomed at the same time. Is that fair to say?
This
Correct.
is monstrous.
How many other Reginas and Sarahs do you think are out there?
Too many.
I wish I knew.
Too many.
I really do. I would not.
If
be
there's one, it's
surprised if
too
there were
many.
More at all. There's not many more that I know of.
Jesus.
But if
It's fueling my coke
someone
addiction.
has, I really beg of them to reach out.
Oh my god.
How long did this continue?
I mean Coca-Cola, but I think you know what I mean.
This relationship of ours continued up until 17, almost 18. There was a point that I thought Kai and I were actually in a relationship.
I've been abused in the past and never had the courage to speak up. Thank you.
But
from
I
one
was
survivor to
mistaken
another.
somehow, I guess.
Yes. Go, Seda.
And as I neared closer to 18, Kai became less
Okay,
and
now
less
I'm crying. They
interested.
normalized CP to a kid. Yeah. Oh my fucking god. I knew something was off. I just didn't know what that was. And that was basically it. They normalized CP to a kid. Regina, you need to hear it over and over. You are strong. You are beautiful. None of this is your fault. Abso-fucking-lutely. Ugh. Jesus fucking Christ. I thought Shiloh was bad. Well, Shiloh's just bad in, like, the physical sense, but, like, holy shit. What a person
And why
can
do you
do
think
over
that
a
was?
screen.
Because I wasn't of value.
Value in what way?
I'm gonna move this back.
Attention-wise, relevancy-wise.
I'm convinced Kai was never a good player.
Age-wise?
Age-wise.
This is
So you
just
aged
fucking
out at 17,
disgusting.
18
Oh my
years
god.
old in Kai's eyes, you think?
Essentially,
Let's see what I can do
except
here.
Kai
Let's
did
be a
end
hero
up
today,
trying
huh?
to be my friend
Let's be a
earlier
hero.
this year. Tried to get close to me again after I spent years begging to be close again. Just out of the blue.
Did she take advantage of you as a vulnerable teen who had emotional and perhaps other issues relating to depression?
I am
100%.
disgusted.
If it was for Kai's benefit,
I am
Kai was
flabbergasted.
for it. If it was not for Kai's benefit, Kai was not interested.
And the whole reason you were introduced to this was because you were a kid, 12, 13 years old, surfing YouTube. You come across Onision, who's got a message that hits home with you.
Mm-hmm.
And this whole process of grooming and the relationship and the sexually charged pictures continues from that.
Correct.
Was there ever any talk of you going to Washington, to their home, Washington State, to visit?
Multiple times, yes.
And take me through those conversations. What was said? What did Kai ask you about? Ask you to do?
The first time I remember vividly was to come to visit for their wedding.
Their wedding?
I was young and I was very into photography at the time. That was a really big
Wait. You mean to tell me that they were having these talks while also trying to invite her to a 17-year-old's, or about to turn 18-year-old's wedding to his 27-year-old creep? Oh my fuck. I don't... Nothing can fix this. Nothing, not... This is... Oh my god. I don't even know what to say. I'm half tempted just to end the stream and crawl into my bed.
It always showed
I am
Kai
so tempted right now.
And Kai said, "Would you want to take pictures for our wedding?" And of course I would. At the time, I was.
Well, how flattering is that?
Yes, it was in my mind. Luckily, my mother would not allow that to happen, and I never got a proper date on when the wedding would have been. So they carried on without me.
If your mother had let you go, would you have gone to Washington State?
I don't know what that was.
Yes.
It's probably the sun.
No doubt about it.
You were hooked in.
Yes.
Were you mad at your mother at the time?
While that is uploading,
I was furious. I hated my mother at the time.
And how do you feel about her now that you look back and see the decision that she made?
My mother's my best friend
you
now.
again, Ghosty,
I am so unbelievably thankful for her putting the hammer down in that situation.
What do you think would have happened had you gone to Washington State to visit Onision and Kai?
What would have happened? Yes, that would be lovely to know. Thank God for good moms. Yes.
Chris.
I think while during Shiloh's stream, I think she had mentioned that her father was gonna kill Greg for what he had done to her. And I think Mike and Actor pointed this out and said that he's a good father. He is a good father, you know? I'm sure that my dad, you know, even though he's not my biological father, he would do the same thing. He's my dad. And he loves me and he cares for me and all that shit. And blood at the end of the day doesn't really matter. Because he is awesome dad. And if I landed up in something of a similar situation, Shiloh, my dad, take his hunting rifle and probably shoot the guy in the face. And gladly go into prison and say, hey, or the prison people would say, hey, what did you get in here for? Like, I killed a predator who was preying on my daughter. They would be clapping like, good job, mate. Like, cause even though I have little experience with, you know, crime and the court system or anything, like, I don't even think I have a ticket yet. I don't have anything in the court. I don't even think I went to court aside from being adopted on my dad's side, or being adopted by my dad so that he can be my legal father. But from what I hear, the inmates typically in prison, whether it be violent or non-violent offenders, they do not like child diddlers. They don't like people who take advantage of young girls, guys, or young ladies, or young boys. They don't like it. That's what I've heard, anyway. And if Chris Hansen can get Onision in prison, Onision will wish that he was dead.
I think that there would have possibly been a relationship, but it's just draws you back to the what ifs.
And was there any contact with Onision, with Greg, during this whole process, during this whole relationship
Viewership drop,
with
which
Kai?
probably everybody
ever get
left. I am so proud of all these people speaking out. Maybe that's probably a mistyping. Maybe it will encourage other girls that were victimized by Greg and Greg or Jimmy. I call him Jimmy because he doesn't like being called Jimmy. And hey, he has made me extremely uncomfortable, so I will make him uncomfortable as best I can. Because fuck the guy. Taylor to do the same. No doubt there are others.
Join in on the chats or the texts or the Skypes or any of that?
Iron Boy has shut down the comments on his videos. He's feeling the heat as he fucking should. He thinks he's still relevant. He still thinks that he's, a big gay. But guess fucking what, Greg? You're not on anybody. You're nobody. You got nothing. And yeah, I think Deadwing Dork said it best. Hey guys, I'm still relevant. Likes and comments disabled. With only an average of 10,000 views a video. Yeah, you're still relevant, mate. While PewDiePie still raking in a good 10 million views per video. He's posting every day. And they're probably 10 minutes or longer. And he's been doing this just as long, if not longer. Or just as long, if not shorter than you. And he's doing a shit ton better than you, mate. Sorry if it sounded like I was really loud there. For the people listening on headphones, I apologize if I ruined your hearing. But this fucking guy. Somebody's got to sit him down and say, hey, there are these YouTubers who have been on the platform just as long as you did. And they are doing much better than you are right now. Why do you think that they're doing better than you? What do you think they're doing? He'll probably say, oh, they didn't have exes come out and accuse me of all this bad shit.
Kai would have
PewDiePie said the N-word.
An emotional outburst.
And he's still a big guy.
What we say, ghost me.
I'm glad Regina's mother kept her from going.
I would
yes.
check in with Greg.
Kai is a wannabe Onision, yes.
This happened.
Totally. Oh, that face mask.
Everything
though. That's
okay? Cool. And a situation that's very vivid in my mind is Kai was struggling with thoughts of wanting to be a smaller weight. I'm gonna be blunt with it. Kai had an eating disorder. Kai would eat Tic Tacs.
Well, what do you fucking know? Onision, a guy who had harassed someone for having an eating disorder, apparently has a wife who had a eating disorder. Don't you think that's a little coincidental? This fucking guy. How much do you want to bet that if Kai comes out and says, hey, Greg was not the greatest guy in all my years of marrying him, they're gonna say, I had an eating disorder, he neglected my health, shamed me, body shamed me, he defeminized me, he sexually assaulted me, which was basically what he was doing to Shiloh. Who would be surprised if Kai came out with all this? Or Taylor. Who would be fucking surprised? I sure as hell wouldn't be. I would not be surprised. I would not. Well, hopefully, he comes out and says, oi, this is what happened. And we still got 37 minutes.
For the whole entire day.
But, yeah. Kai, or Taylor, or whatever the fuck you're calling yourself. Listen, and listen well. If you feel like this is not the best situation to be in, which it isn't, as shown by previous cases, get out. Save yourself from this man. And I know you got 2 kids. But what's more important? Staying with the guy who fat shames you and all this other shit that he's allegedly done? Or your kid's safety? Which I don't think the kids are safe with him. I don't think they are. I think that they are susceptible to abuse. There has been cases where Greg is screaming like a banshee at the kids in the background of Kai's videos or Taylor's videos. I don't think those kids are safe with him in the house. I don't think they're safe. So, yeah.
As a meal. And I got very worried.
This ladybug. Kai is not a victim. He's still as bad, if even more so than Greg. Yes.
And I would contact
I think Greg is worse. Kai is just a worse version of Greg. Or Taylor is a worse version of Greg because he's trying to manipulate, but he's failing at it. And then Greg has to take over the situation. He literally took over his Patreon and said, hey, everybody, listen, everything that's going on, it's not true. And my husband is crying. Or Taylor is crying. It's like, I'm not controlling. Takes control of their Patreon and messages every single patron that everything is fine, but in reality, it's not. Yeah, you're not controlling? They fucking let them run their Patreon however they fucking want. Asshole. Jesus.
This is going on. This is what I'm being told. Is everything okay?
Bullshit.
What's going on? And what I would
You're
get
doing
back
great,
from
Regina.
Greg would
Keep
be,
fighting the good fight.
oh,
yes.
Everything's fine. Kai's fine.
Kai's fine. Everything's
Did
fine.
it ever strike you as odd that you're involved in this relationship with Kai?
I think that it
yet
would
she's
strike her as
involved with
strange.
Greg,
Onion's first wife should be
and
come on
they're-
here. Yes! Bring Sky on. We've had Sarah. We had Shiloh. We had Blair White come on. We currently have Regina come on. And the heat is coming on too. Woo! It's hot in here. Even though I'm not gonna remove my robe because it was Dad's robe. And I stole it. And I love it. I love my dad. But we need more people to come on. Bring on Billy. Bring on the person who Onision left 14 voicemails in the span of 12 hours. Or was it 12 hours or was it 2? I don't fucking know. It was 14 voicemails in a day. That's 13 too many. Unless you're dying, you should not leave that many voicemails. Jeez. We need more people to come on here.
Married, ultimately they have
Expose
children
the
together.
creep. Remember how she shamed
did you ever
Shiloh?
think ahead and
Yes!
say, well, how is this going to
Yes!
work, and why am I doing this, and how did
People
I
are
get
such
myself
pigs.
into this
Yes.
thing in the first place?
Who is this? Oh,
It didn't strike me as odd until
keep
the
crying.
point of
Yes. Keep Taylor crying.
Kai asked
Keep him
me
crying.
out at 17, and then
Yes. A relationship with parents is really a key with keeping people out of this situation. And I know not everybody's parental situation is the most glamorous. My family situation isn't the most glamorous right now either, because they're railing on me about not having a job. But I tells them, hey, Don't say I'm not trying, because I am. So, unless you're picking up the phone and answering for them, I don't know what else I could do. That's a topic for another day.
Month
My personal
later,
life
I
aside.
would say roughly, Kai tells me, "Oh, I'm dating a girl named Billy."
Named
And
Billy.
I was like,
Oh, wait.
"Oh,
What's fucking going on while their fucking Billy situation is happening? What the fuck? Ugh. What in the fuck? How many fucking women are they juggling around like this? Holy fuck. Like, so, basically they have 4 people in the current situation. Well, 5, because I don't count Greg as a person, but we'll go and count him for the sake of numbers. We have Greg manipulating the whole situation, Kai trying to manipulate, but he's not really good at it. Or Taylor, she's not really good at it. We have Sarah on the back burner. Billy, with the whole weed situation, they were kicked out. And Sarah was kicked out because she grew up and realized this situation was not fucking good. And then we have Regina! What the fuck? Oh, my fucking god.
I thought we were dating." And it kind of just ended at that point, and I started really thinking from there.
As good call. Good call, Regina. Good fucking call. Holy
When
fuck.
did this finally end, and how did it end?
It ended September 7th of this year.
Of this year. So
What? Excuse you?
we're talking about 2 months ago, essentially.
2 months ago.
Essentially, yes.
So this continued on and
Why
off
did it end so
until
late?
2
There was
months
zero
ago.
chance Greg didn't know. He was so intrusive on everything Taylor does. Absolutely.
Yes.
Fucking loot. He says he's not controlling.
And
How much do you want to bet that if they had a password book, he has all of it? He has Greg. He has Taylor's Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, everything under his tight grip.
how did it finally?
How much do you want to fucking bet? Now, on his personal computer or phone, he has access to those accounts. How much do you want to fucking bet? Place your bets in the comments. Because for fuck's sake.
I
Oh my goodness. Let's see what's
spent
going on
days
Twitter. Or what's going on
contemplating how
Discord.
I would cut our friendship off. I spent days sick to my stomach over what I was hearing from
Nobody's on Discord, that's
Sarah.
okay.
So I wrote up a message in my notes app on my phone and sent it to Kai through Snapchat. I waited until I saw that Kai read it and was typing, and then blocked him.
Regina's mom saved Regina, just like Charlotte's mom saved her. Oh. Reconnection successful. Hello. Okay, hey. It's a question mark. Stream resumed. Stream is continuing. Okay. Interesting. Okay, good. Good. We got good things going on here. Okay, so. If it cut off before then, Regina basically said that she cut off Taylor, and as soon as they were about to type out their response, block. Like the perfect way to I'ma tell you what I want to say, and as soon as they open their mouth, she walks away. Like, best fucking way to deal with it. They walks away with headphones in, so that way they can't hear. Yes.
I don't mind.
Oh, and they're gonna share the
It says
message.
Kai.
Mm-hmm.
I tried for so long to be close to you again and it never worked out. And then I don't talk to you and you want to be my friend today. Was our friendship ever legit, or was it just for your convenience when you felt the time was right? and Sarah. Sarah was nothing but undyingly loyal, and you let her get treated like this. Was any of you guys' friendship real? You changed, Kai, and it hurts me desperately to see this. And it wasn't for the better.
Guns N' Roses,
I miss
Sierra's
the old
trash.
you,
Fuck
and
off.
I can't be
Sierra's
associated
great.
with someone
We
who
need
thinks
Sierra on
treating
here
their
as
friend
well.
like you did Sarah is okay. Letting Greg do what he did with you knowing was not okay. Your morals are disappearing, Kai, and it breaks my heart to see you act this way. And I've been fucked up for days about this, and I can't associate with you anymore. I can't support Greg's actions, and I can't support you supporting him / not stopping him. I need to be appreciated like a friend would, and Sarah deserved so much better. I loved you. I looked up to you. I'm sorry, and goodbye.
And that was it. Did Kai reach out to you after you sent that note?
Onisi gone. Yes.
No.
That was it.
That was it.
And what do you...
Well, I think she said that she was blocked, like, as she, Taylor was typing up a response. So, very likely they couldn't get a hold of you, but I understand that there are multiple avenues that they could have gone, and they didn't.
What do you say to Kai
They
right
probably
now,
got the message.
if she is listening?
You knew what you were doing. You knew what your end game was. How dare you? Shame on you.
Absolutely. Shame on them.
I have nothing else to say to him.
Shame.
And what do you say to... Now, just in case anybody's missed out on this, Kai is a woman who is now transitioning into a man. Is that correct? So people get it? That's
yes, I was born as a female and
Hansen
is
Mod
currently transitioning
Talua.
into a
We love
male.
you, Regina.
But still married to Onision Greg Jackson.
Correct.
Kai's crying right now.
What do you
It's still funny.
say to Onision? What do you say to Greg about
Oh,
all
here we go. Here's some good shit.
It seems like he was in on it. It seems like, at least in the case of Sarah, Kai drew her in, but then was lured into
Ask
a
about the forums.
relationship
Yes.
with both.
Ask about the forums and the illegal
Kai
stuff that's
and
going on there,
Greg.
or the alleged illegal stuff. Yes.
Was that where this was headed for you, do you think?
At this point, Chris, after seeing what I've seen, yes, I do believe that. And I have a hard
We know
time
you're here.
believing
Onisi
that
gone.
all of
Yes.
my conversations with Kai were with Kai himself.
And how close are you and Sarah now? with this
Sarah's my
relationship?
best friend.
She is your best friend.
Oh,
Yes.
forums are
And
so
have you ever
bad.
met
Please
in
talk
person?
about them. Yes.
Many times.
Talk
Sarah
about the
visits me
forums.
once or twice every year.
And what is the bond, do you think, there? Why are you so close? Is it partly because you both feel you're victims of Onision and Kai?
Yes, not only that, but Sarah and I met before Kai and Sarah even did. So we had a chance to make that connection early on, and the connection was pure. It wasn't based on any kind of motive. It wasn't based with
Aw.
any end goal in mind. It was just based out of, hey, we're both fans of the same person. Let's have fun.
I think online friendships. I'm actually taking a course in friendship right now. We have a test, or not a test, a thesis due tomorrow, which I didn't do yet. But I think with friendships that are being built online, and with Sarah and Regina founding a friendship before this whole debacle happened, I think really cements how it really shows that there's hope, I guess. And they're saying, like, oh, they're banding together, and oh, they're banding together to take me down, and blah. And like, bruh, they knew each other before they talked to you. So, and I would say they the kind of what is it? Just that kind of bond between two people, like before a bad situation happens, it only like strengthens their bond after the terrible situation happens, and it doesn't change their friendship. It only makes it stronger. And I think with this, hopefully their friendship is strengthened even more so. And I hope that their friendship can be an example to other young ladies out there. And if you're young and watching Onision, and you're listening right now, oh god, 2K, 2.7K, holy fuck, with 38 dislikes, fuck off. But if you're considering on contacting Onision and Kai, please, can't stress this enough. You have other options other than them. You have friends at school, friends with your family. You have other places to go aside from those two. And even so, and even if you don't have friends outside in life, head on over to my Discord and we'll have fun or something. Or even get into games. Go, hell, even to Anthem. Or, not Overwatch because it's pretty toxic, but get into Anthem, Halo, something. Just don't contact them. And you can make friends on Halo or Anthem, and you'll have the best time of your life. I swear. I had the best time of my life when I played on Halo. And earlier today, I was talking with some buddies. We were literally just laughing silly because of just a little noise, a little sound, and we were laughing for a good like half an hour. That was it. That was the noise that got us laughing for a good hour and a half. Oh, Dragon Pell. Hey girl, how you doing? Yes, friendships online, while they can be beneficial, they can also lead to terrible situations like this. And even of my friendship with Ghosty and Dragon Petal, they are two people that are close to my heart, and everyone else that are on our server or on our Discords or on VR chat. They all hold a special place in my heart, in their own special places. I'm gonna actually type up something. Ooga. Hey girl, how you doing? But yes, luckily Sarah and Regina already had a friendship before this, and I hope that their friendship continues after Onision is put away. I really hope so.
And when you talk about this with Sarah today,
What the hell is that?
what do you say about
What is that?
Onision, about Greg and Kai?
Sarah and I are both
What are
deeply
those frowny
disturbed,
faces for? Why are you sad?
that
Why are you sad, Dragon
we
Petal?
couldn't
Why are you sad?
see what was going on at the time. And we both understand that we were too young to realize what was going on at the time. But if you told Sarah and I 2 years ago that we would be where we're at today, we would never believe that.
What do you say to Greg?
Yes, he had alluded to this earlier. He had another question after that, so I think she answered that follow-up question rather than the initial one. But yes, I am interested to hear what she has to say to Greg.
You knew your end game, Greg. You know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You have it all planned out. You're very meticulous. You need to just come out with it and stop and be off the internet
Is
altogether
being locked
forever.
up. Currently,
especially with your forums.
in the chat, it was supposed to be those anime eye emojis in the mouth. Oh, Onision is being locked up? Question mark, question mark? No. Not at the current moment. I mean, I really hope that he does. The evidence is just stacked against him. He is not looking good at all. And, there's videos, against him. For example, the lack of medical care to Shiloh, where she was basically neglected care during a miscarriage, and that is disgusting and deplorable. And she was denied care when she was having a seizure. Sarah had allegedly been groomed. And Regina has allegedly been groomed. Same, I hope he perishes. Yes. Perish. And allegedly Regina is now a victim of grooming on Kai's end. And I think a really interesting video to watch is the Onision Files by Repzion. It basically goes through each and everything that happens. It mostly talks about Sky, which is a really important factor too. Sky was his first wife. He has so many fucking ex-wives, I swear to God. And the whole situation there, I could probably make a whole live stream talking about everything that I know. I would have to gather up citations for that, or I could probably make it just an entire video talking about it and say like, hey, here's all the history, and then follow up with my opinion on it. Or even give my opinion here and there as it goes. So, yeah. He's really fucked up. And before, Regina had alleged that there was an exchange of CP. And that's not exactly good for Kai. Now, I'm not sure if they will be charged with possession of CP. I really hope they are, and they end up on the sex offender list. At the very least, at most, end up in prison. But we'll have to wait and see what the court decides. But
Lists, you need to just come out with it and stop and be off the internet altogether forever.
yes.
Especially with your forums. You were told what was going on with the forums, yet you never stopped it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's shameful.
Do you think this was his plan all along, to lure in young women and take advantage of them?
At this point, yes.
Because we hear this story over and over again that young women resonate. His message resonates with young women, and they get lured into this thing, and it's almost like it was set up with the intent to draw people in this way. Is this a cult? Is what Greg Onision and Kai doing? Is it equal
Yes,
to a
get
cult?
Greg off the internet. Cry too.
It's likely.
Oh,
yes,
well,
I
gotta
say
go to bed. Hopefully I'll see you
And
this
you
weekend at
feel that you were
VRC.
one of the
Oh,
top?
you see you, girl. I love
Yes.
you.
Are they predators?
Undoubtedly, yes, they are.
What do you think should happen to them?
Prison time.
Criminal charges
Yes. Criminal charges. Not civil charges. Criminal.
charges.
in any form at this point, whatever we can get.
We'll get into that in just a minute, but you talk about the forums and what went on.
Yes,
in
the forums. Bring up the forums.
Explain that to me. What was going on?
I was a chat moderator in the forums, as well as the best way to describe it would be like a sub forum. There was topics and there was little topics under it, and I would moderate one of the little topics as well as the chat.
Give me an example of one of the little topics.
Introductions, like introduce yourself, would be a topic.
He loves grooming his own body. Why is he like this? What? Excuse you, I have to go to my Twitter. Tussy. Which, by the way, there was a blackout thing that people hosted while Onision was rabid tweeting. And we're not supposed to engage directly with him, but we could still chat about what he was doing. And let's see. Oh, yes, Horikoshi. Yes, I love you. You're the best manga writer I have seen in my time. Oh, the best meme of the century. Let's see. Onision. How much do you want to bet I'm gonna be blocked? The legend. Oh, fuck this guy. Look at that face. He had to have done something. Who do you wish would double team you? Current Onision times 2? Ew! Let God come and... Oh my god! Nothing! No! But because you are your own bully. Fuck off, you victim blamer. I am daddy of hundreds of women. Fuck yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. This fucking guy. Holy fucking shit. What the fuck is this guy's problem? Amazingly funny and incredible I am. Look at all these replies. Let's check out the replies on this one. Use me as a no, you're not button. Clever. No, she's not, somehow. Fucking fuck. Wise up, mate. Just waiting for the court date. Yes! Awful sentence structure. But I would not expect otherwise from the author of Reaper's Creek. I'm coming for your kneecaps. I smashed them kneecaps. Onision, Kai is crying right now with double space. Kai's crying right now. That's hilarious. Oh, no. I am a manipulative person. There is no question I use words to get people to produce the results I want. Yep. More evidence of potentially valuable in a court of law. Him establishing narcissism paired with sociopathic tendencies, establishing a vile character profile. I hope he continues to incriminate himself until indisputable evidence of criminal activity is brought to light. Yes. I absolutely agree. He is currently causing more trouble for himself with his current Twitter behavior. It's like he has completely given up. It's fun to watch him dig his own grave deeper and deeper. Builds relationship, trust, and emotional connection with a child or young person so that they can manipulate and exploit and abuse them. Yes! Yes! I'm going to beat you to death. Yes! All of his replies are just people seeing that he's a clown. God, you're really having a meltdown, aren't you? Yep, how long before he snaps? Hopefully tonight. Second that. I think this. Hello, ATOs and Onision fans. Tune in tonight to see why people are hating on James and his husband Kai with Regina. Yes. Currently, this thing. Jesus. 27 minutes left. PM me your mommy issues. Aw. Oh, my fucking Christ. I hate this man. Says a lot. Oh. This guy. Are you my little slut? Okay, groomer. My Insta stories in Japan are crazy right now, just saying. Oh my god. Due to multiple reasons, I'm limiting the amount of $1 pledges on my Patreon. Only 15 slots are left of them. It's gone forever? Don't know. First come, first serve. Please DM me on Patreon with any questions. Thanks, sluts. I love grooming my body. Fuck Hello. What the fuck is going on?
Yo, get up. You okay?
What the hell?
That's a grown ass man.
What the fuck? Jesus fucking Christ. What do you mean you win? What, did he think that this piece of shit was better?
Mental health would be another topic.
Yes.
And what would go on in these forums? A lot
See.
of people want to understand that.
I love grooming my body.
Doxing,
Simon's pedo.
pedophilia.
But when
You're
you say
not clever, Greg.
pedophilia in what way? They were setting up underage girls for sex, kids for
What?
sex?
There would be grown men hitting on children, yes. And when they're told, oh, this person's a child, there would be some instances of men saying, well, you don't know that.
Boy.
So in these forums, there were adult men hitting on children.
Yes, and I was one of them.
And so you were hit on by other men who came to this forum knowing there would be underage girls there who might be vulnerable. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And how prevalent was this? Did this happen every time there was a forum?
I was present on the forums for the majority of 20.
Actually, hold up. While we are here, speaking of his forums, let's head over to his Patreon. By the way, head on over to Orbital-Audio on patreon.com. And I am currently working with a big YouTuber, and I have 2 patrons at $2 a month. I will never hide this because I want to be upfront and honest. Yes. Unlike Onision. Which, by the way, we got some good shit going on there. Register now. I will have to warn you that there will be some 18 plus content on there eventually. There's currently one post that is 18 plus. I'd rather say, hey, I have an 18 plus content here. But yeah. Oh, thank you for Patrons Day. Yay. I forgot that was a thing, but yeah. Let's take a look see. Let's find out. Find a creator. Onision. Even my computer doesn't want to fucking do it. Oh my fucking god, my computer. It does not want to do it. It doesn't. Onision. It doesn't want to. Patreon. Which, by the way, don't subscribe to him. We already have people looking into him. Yeah, he's limiting how many people could do $1 a month. Which is fucking bananas. Show more levels. Let's see how far this goes. $6, $30, your name in the credits. What? I could pay for so much more, for so much less, for my name in somebody's video, and then you're telling me you're gonna ask me for $30? Fuck no. And $10 for mod status on his personal website. Facebook page moderator. Okay. Interesting. One-on-one Skype and Snapchat access. Fuck off. And Kick Messenger. Phone number and signed book. For $175. $1,000 a month for a meetup. Meet me in real life. Let's have lunch and all lower tiers. Fucking biggest supporters. $250 a fucking month for being the top tier. Admin status on Discord, private Facebook access, editor status on Onision Facebook page, mod status on any Onision channel, one specific video request a month, thank you message in the beginning of Onision videos while pledged, all lower tier perks. Fuck no. No thank you to this shit. This is disgusting. This is inflation at its finest. P.O. Box and wish list. You're gonna pay to send this guy shit. Oh, there's fucking Kai. God save him. Social Media Plus. Access to exclusive Onision Instagram and Onision Prime. Onision Prime. Hello. Check you out and see. Ha! He has it privated. Of fucking course. Personal direct and always. Ha! Awesome. Ha! Funny! Funny! Oh, you're a funny man.
I want to say, and then I slowly dropped off from
You're
there.
a funny man.
But from what I'm gathering with all the research
Yeah,
I've
don't
done,
pay
along
this
with a very
fucking guy.
close
Don't
friend
pay
of
this
mine that was very
shithead.
prevalent on the forums
Don't
as
pay
well,
this guy. Come pay
continued
me.
even after I left.
Or you don't even have to pay.
Do you think it's going
me.
on today as we speak?
You don't even have to pay. Very disturbing stuff. Yes, very disturbing stuff on his shit. I'm almost half tempted to like tweet at him and say, "Yo, okay, groomer." But that would kind of feed his ego or his humor.
I have been told he closed down his forums, but I wouldn't doubt it if they were still open. No.
Why do you think a guy like Onision, Greg Jackson, is allowed to continue this on a forum like
Onision.co.
when there was so much evidence, so many allegations
Still up?
of
Oh, that's a lovely
grooming,
image to come onto.
sexual, potentially sexually criminal activity
Onision
online?
forums.
Do you ever wonder, like, how does YouTube allow this to take place?
I'm wondering that myself, YouTube. Do you mind not having this guy?
To see
To
otherwise that they
Onision.com.
aren't, because thousands and thousands of people have been contacting every platform he's on, saying, "Look at the things that have been said, and look at what's going on.
I am no longer
Why is he
supporting
still
you."
Here? Yet nothing has been said. People have only been getting automated messages back, and no one.
You've complained to YouTube. Is that right?
I've complained to YouTube. Yes.
Have you gone to the authorities?
Not currently, but I plan to.
Do you think that Greg, Onision, and Kai were taking the pictures like the ones you sent to Kai, sexually suggestive, and selling them?
I believe it's likely, but I don't know for certain.
There are people following this show tonight who are suggesting that that was part of what was going on. That they
I'm
were
not an effing
luring people like
pedophile.
you, Sarah, and perhaps others to send these photos, and that maybe they were selling them as part of their empire.
I would say I wouldn't put too much bank on it, as it is speculation, but I would say I would encourage people to look into it. And I'm not saying I'm encouraging random people on Twitter to look into it. I'm encouraging authorities to.
The federal laws governing child pornography are very wide-ranging and very strict. For instance, under the enticement statute, if someone were to encourage you or accept from you at the age of 16 or even 17, at any age under 18, sexually explicit photos, that would constitute a felony
Woo!
that could be punishable by up to 10 years per image.
Holy fuck. Did you guys hear that? Let's play it back again.
Were to encourage you or accept from you at the age of 16 or even 17, at any age under
Gotta crush my
sexually explicit photos, that would constitute a felony that could be punishable by up to 10 years per image.
Fucking hear that? Greg, you hear that? All the little kitty images that you possibly have. Guess fucking what? They're gonna bite you in the ass. And if you have more than 10, you're done. You're done, son. You're done. Life sentences. Right there. If you have more than 10, you're a dead man in prison. You're a dead man.
If it's a video, it could be 10 years per frame of it.
Per frame? What? Okay, so there's 24 seconds, or just 24 frames in a second on average. That's the film standard. If it's on occasion, it goes to 29.97, or 30, or hell, it could sometimes even go to 60 when it comes to certain cameras. Some cameras can record at higher frames per second. Particularly, the frames per second is 24 frames per second. If he has 1 second of child pornography, that's 240 years in prison. Any longer than that, it's just gonna add up. Holy fucking shit. If they find anything, you're done, son. You're done. You're done, son. Holy fuck.
It could be a sentence of up to life in federal prison.
Up to life? If it's a video and they do 10 years per video, or per frame, that's gonna be more than life sentences. It's probably gonna be, if it's more than, it was more than a second. It's more than, it's 240 years in prison. That is, what? Millennia? What is 100 years? It's something. 100 years. What is 100 years called? Sentinel. A century. Centuries. Plural. Centuries of sentences.
Prosecutors.
Now, very likely it's just exaggeratory, and they might do a year per frame, which they should do. They should stick to the 10 years per frame, because any frame is unacceptable.
Go to the man on this. Is this something you think Kai and Greg Onision should be prosecuted for?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes. Go for it, girl.
And what would be a fitting punishment for these two?
The chair. No.
Whatever the court decides, I'll take it at this point. I am questioning so many of my memories and so many of my life. So much of my life that I wonder different things every day. I started to wonder if some conversations I had with Kai were with Greg because they shared accounts.
Oh, that's true.
I wondered if Greg was in it all along.
Oh.
I just want to know what the end goal was for them truly, because I know they wouldn't reveal that to me themselves.
A hardened
honestly,
piece of
at
rice.
least.
Are you willing to go to authority
his videos on a slow-mo cam. It doesn't work like that. Since slow-mo cameras work in an entirely different way than, or not in an entirely different way. They work the same way as normal cameras. They just have more pictures per second, and then they compile that, and then it runs in what we recognize as slow motion. But in reality, it's just taking a picture faster than the average camera. So say we have a 10,000 pictures per second, or frames per second. That means that it's taking 10,000 pictures in a second. And that translates in slow motion, say, what's it? And say we have 1,000, or 10,000 times 24, is 24 frames per second. And then we divide that by 60, because there's 60 minutes or 60 seconds in a minute. That would be 4,000, or wait, hold up, that doesn't sound right. But yeah, just watch the slow bros, or the slow-mo bros, I think it's called. Slow-mo guys. Where they take extremely high amount of frames per second videos. Slow motion vortex. Slow-mo guys. But I really recommend watching the slow-mo guys.
No Wi-Fi.
They really give you an insight as to what the fuck is going on here. They really give you an insight as to the slow motion process and how the cameras work. And let's see, is there thing? Hello, who's this? Hello, Yato! Yay! I like him. He's nice. Slow motion camera. We don't want an app. We want an actual camera. But slow motion cameras typically look like a normal camera. They're just capturing at an extremely quick rate. And the opposite can be said for fast motion cameras, where they take less photos per second. So that way, if you take a photo every second, and then you compress that into 24 frames per second, you have 24 seconds captured into 1 second. But yeah, also this thing, Onicia, if you're listening, don't ever scratch this. Take care of your fucking cameras, because there's one video where the camera just falls over. That is a filmmaker's worst fucking nightmare. It is the worst. But yeah, depending on where you go, they could be either small, or they could be big, depending on what you're working with. And even a GoPro can do some slow motion. Some. Not as good as other cameras, but it depends on how much. Like, slow motion. Yeah, they cost a lot of money. Cameras cost a lot of money. I know, we have a C100 at our school. $8,000 each. That's before the lenses. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, surprised me mofo. On a slow-mo camera, Trillion years in jail. But It depends on how long the video is, because if he, because slow motion cameras compresses it into 20 frame or 24 frames per second, either that or 30, depending on what he's exporting it out to. But I haven't personally worked with slow motion cameras, but this is just what I know. And it, depending if it is an uncompressed slow motion video that has 24 frames per second, and he has, depending on how long he was doing the thing, if he was doing the thing for 5 minutes or 5 seconds, that's a good, Jesus fuck, 5 seconds, even that is a lot. But yes, it depends on what slow-mo camera and whether or not it was compressed. And hell, they might even take the slow motion uncompressed version, but I highly doubt he's doing slow-mo with underage girls. And if he is, fucked.
Will you go to authorities with whatever evidence you may have to try to build a child pornography case against Kai and potentially Greg Onision?
Do it.
Yes.
Yes! Do
You
it, girl!
Yes, I will.
Do it.
How has this impacted you, Regina? What has this done to you, this entire experience? You started watching Onision.
Do it.
At the age of 12. Looking
Rips
for
you on.
something,
Yes,
some
he's here!
spiritual guidance,
Fuck yes!
some help with your depression, your emotional situation. A
Go
reason
after
not
them,
to take
Chris.
your own life. And you got into this whole thing that's I mean, you were way over your head as a kid on this.
Mm-hmm.
What has this done to you? How has it shaped you as a now 22-year-old?
I'm taking out my
Well,
glasses just so that I can take them
I'll
off like a
certainly
cool
say
guy.
now I definitely know better. Through my on and off phase of friendship with
I'm
Kai,
not used to wearing glasses. I think I might need to change my
I did
prescription.
struggle with
They're a little
addiction
funny.
previously. I
I'm not
am
sure.
now 3 years clean from addiction.
Excuse
I
me?
am going to school for a career in being a hairdresser. And I am working on bigger and better things than being friends with Kai.
Go,
And
girl!
what do you say
Go!
to
Go! Live your life!
other girls out there who are YouTube fans, 12, 13 years old? How do you get their attention? 14, 15, 16 years old, any teenage girl out there who's devoted to any of these streamers and any social media platform. What do you say? What is the best advice you could give to 12-year-old Regina by 22-year-old Regina, for instance?
Run.
Simple
Devote
as
your
sweet.
time to yourself and working on yourself. And don't devote your time to essentially working for free for someone who can throw you away like nothing even happened.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Regina,
worth
did
more
Onision ever
than
ask you to recruit
devoting all
girls
your
on the
time
phone?
to
That's a good
this
question.
specific person. And you have value. You can do great things. And this person is not going to help you. And specifically to 12-year-old me, I want to tell myself,
Oh, Onision is manipulative, conniving, and just overall a horrible person. Thinks he's all high and mighty. I'd love to see how high and mighty he feels of
when you're
himself
17
behind bars.
and
Yes.
you get kicked out of your house and you're standing in the middle of the road on your phone, crying, not knowing where you're going to go next, Kai's not going to care.
Mm-hmm.
Kai's not going to be there for you. Kai's not going to find a way to keep you safe. Look out for
Subpoena these
yourself,
poor-
and that's
yes.
what matters.
Subpoena them.
And how much credit do you give your mom for all this? It might sound corny, but I think it's a point that's worth hitting in all of this.
My mom deserves a big round of applause, honestly. um,
Yes.
she's
Applause all around.
she always.
I mean, it seems like basic parenting 101,
Except
but
for you, Greg and Kai. Fuck you.
you know, that's not always the way it goes down.
Middle finger to them.
I was the kind of teenager that you could tell me how it's gonna be, but I was gonna go do what I wanted anyways.
Right. Like so many teenagers.
And she eventually said,
Not me, though. I listen to Mom and Dad, and look at where I'm at. Ha ha ha. Kill me.
well, one day you're gonna look
I
back
love my
at
mom
this
and dad.
think,
But
man,
they probably
my
should have
mom
let
was
off
right.
when I was
And
and let me
I
live.
can tell her very
But,
well now.
hey.
Man, my mom was
What can I do?
100% right. She would say, "This is a weird situation. Why won't they come visit you? Why do you have to go visit
and
them?
helping put
They
direction.
can come over here. They can come stay with us."
Yes.
And she would always tell me, "It doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't feel right. My stomach doesn't feel right." And I always dismissed it as, "Oh, well, you're being stupid, Mom. You don't get it. I talk to them on Skype. It's normal."
It was a real MVP.
It wasn't normal. It was so far from normal. It was
Most
miles far from
valued
normal.
parent.
Do you ever blame yourself for any of this?
Yes.
Not that you should, and I don't mean to get into victim shaming here because that's not what we do. But do you in some ways, and is that an issue for you psychologically?
Yes. I mean, I still do struggle with mental health to this day, even though I am seeing someone and we're managing that. But I can't help but think sometimes that
Someone. Does he mean a mental health professional or a boyfriend? Either one, great, but I prefer a mental health professional
if I
to handle the situation.
Commented, or if I hadn't introduced Sarah and Kai, if I hadn't mentioned Sarah to Kai, that none of this would have
Thank you for
ever
speaking out
happened
about
to
this. Yes.
me or Sarah.
Did they ever, Onision and Kai, ask you to recruit other young women?
Ooh, they asked the question.
Both of them, no.
Ooh.
Kai would always talk about how Kai went by she at the time, that how she wanted another girlfriend.
So gross. So they're still trying to do the Trinity thing while Regina.
And
they're talking with Regina.
She wishes she could just interview for a girlfriend, and always had a crush on someone different throughout the week. And once in a while, we would just look at pictures and be like, "Oh well, she's cute. Oh well, she's cute."
And these are the people on his forums? For fuck's sake.
Sorry, I'm at kind of a loss for words.
Well, did she ever say, hey, if you know anybody or if you see anybody or talk to anybody in the forums who might want to join in or I might find interesting, did she ever ask you to send that person her way?
No, not explicitly.
Not explicitly.
So here's an interesting question, and I don't want to bring
like implicitly, like not directly saying it, but giving a wink and a nod.
Something that might upset you, but I was reading with great interest a big investigation in the New York Times on Sunday about child pornography and how widely it's disseminated and how little the social media platforms are doing to detect it and to help investigators with it. But
that's a really big problem as well. I think I brought this up early in the stream, but I kind of want to touch on it again. Social media platforms like YouTube, Twitter, and Tumblr, and Instagram are not doing enough. And some of them are doing a lot, but YouTube, they didn't take off Austin Jones until he was arrested. They aren't doing enough when it comes to taking off predators. They're not doing enough. They're not suspending their accounts temporarily until their allegations are cleared up. They're not doing a lot, even on Twitter or Tumblr. There were people identifying as MAPs, or NAPs, I think, which is non-acting pedophiles. So you're basically outing yourself as a pedophile, but you're saying like, oh, I won't touch them. Fucking yeah, right. I mean, there are some pedophiles out there that are like, I don't want this, but I have it, and I recognize that it's not good to have, so I will restrain myself. And I commend them for that, because they have the self-awareness to be like, yo, hey, this isn't good. I should probably talk to somebody and say, hey, I don't want to do this. Help. But the people who are openly saying that they are, pedophiles, they aren't doing enough to stop it. And the people who are hiding it, they're not doing enough on that department either. So they need to do a shit ton more shit to deplatform predators. They need to do a shit ton more. So it's disgusting. It's deplorable. It's anything involving children. I get this bad feeling in my stomach. So let's check out the chat. See if anybody joined in. No? Nobody? That's okay. No chat. That's okay. Abide by your community guidelines. Which I would talk about the chat probably later.
Pictures
I don't know.
you sent, Kai, are floating around out there, perhaps having been sold by
Woo!
Kai, Greg, perhaps being shared on these forums, that you're being victimized over and over again?
Yes, but I will tell you it wouldn't be the first time that that's happened to me.
Somebody taking pictures and exploiting them.
I had an ex-girlfriend do the same to me.
That's not
How
cool.
does that feel?
It makes me feel gross. It makes me feel dirty.
As
even
it
though
should.
I'm aware that it wasn't my fault and that I wasn't aware of it happening. It makes me feel unclean.
As it should. It's
Well,
a
Regina,
terrible thing.
You have to know that none of this is your fault. You were a kid. You're the victim here. And while I ask these questions that are not the easiest ones to answer, I do it because, I want people to understand the toll that this has taken on you, the toll it's taken on Sarah, the toll it's taken on Shiloh. Daniel was on Repsion a few weeks ago.
Repsion was also on there too, with Blair White, Sarah, Shiloh, Repsion. So I thought there were 3. There's 4. So
It was
yay.
very helpful in terms of taking it.
Oh my gosh.
And the reaction that we're getting is overwhelmingly supportive in terms of going after these people. And
Thanks to
on
Shiloh
the
and
one
Sarah.
hand, you want to think of a guy like Onision as insignificant. He's
3.2K likes.
He doesn't have to be watched.
41 dislikes. What does that say?
Care, and he's just doing whatever, and it may be offensive, but he's got a First Amendment right. But then when you turn it around, you think about, okay, every predator that walked into one of my investigations, every one that could have harmed a young person, altered their life forever. And so when you get to somebody like this who perhaps has cult-like status, who has the ability
I love how
to
Chris
touch
is calling
millions
Kai's
of
Greg's
people,
wife. Lol.
I
Chris
think
wins.
it's a cautionary tale,
That's good.
and it's a story that's very important.
Chris is about to make some onion soup.
And as I make that point, I want you to tell folks who are watching tonight anything else you want them to know. This is your forum. Is there anything else you want people to know about this?
Yeah. I want them to know that not
Check to
only
see how much time. 10 minutes left. That's okay.
Was Kai
I don't wanna-
grooming people?
I don't want to leave anything out, just simply context sake, because I know Greg will be like, oh, you don't have all the context in that clip, like twisting her words or something. Or somebody will at me and say, hey, you don't have the full context. And I'll be like, fuck you, I'm playing the whole thing. Fuck off.
Well, Kai
No.
was really, really,
42
really
dislikes. Fuck off.
awful
you
friend.
fuckers.
And for those that are still wanting to be friends with Kai or still wanting the attention of Kai, it's very not worth it. It's extremely mentally draining. It's extremely physically draining. There was points where I just felt like I was Kai's personal assistant working on things for Kai and nothing more. And whenever I would try to talk about my life or talk about my feelings, they were shut down. So it's really not worth it for you to do that. And I do want to really rebring the forums back up, because
Reestablish, I think that is the right
forums were
word.
traumatic. The forums were really traumatic.
In what way?
I was doxxed and my nudes were posted to a
What?
popular website for drama, as well as my phone number.
So all this that you gave to Kai in confidence was
Excuse you?
exploited.
Not the ones that I gave to Kai. This was slightly before pre-Kai that this doxing happened.
Excuse
I think
you?
me and Kai had just started becoming friends.
Isn't that illegal?
But I was very heavily involved with the
God.
Onision forums.
Forums were sick,
And
yes.
was talking to a gentleman at the time who gave my nude photo to a friend, who gave my nude photo to a friend, who gave my nude photo to someone who didn't like me. And that person that didn't like me went on said popular drama website, posted that picture, posted my phone number, hacked my Facebook account, posted that picture, and just let people have at it on my end.
It's like being sexually assaulted.
Basically.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you could do. Can't resist it.
As well as
It's worse.
I was talking to a few men that knew I was underage that still proceeded to talk to me sexually in the outside the forums, but we knew each other from the forums.
But the whole nexus here is the forums that are
fuck.
connected to Kai and to Onision. Is that correct?
Yes, it was Onision's forums. It was called the Onision forums.
What?
And this guy has made a lot of money doing this.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of money for being broke.
By exploiting young women in
Yeah.
many cases. All right. Well, Regina, I can't thank you enough. You're a brave young woman. Thank you for coming forward. One more question for you. Do you think the Me Too movement has emboldened you and some of the others to come forward? Do you think that has any bearing here?
Yes, I think that Sarah gave us all the courage to finally say, you know what, enough's enough, and we need to do something about this, and we're not going to stop until we deplatform predators.
What do you say to YouTube?
Shame on you. You know what's going on.
Shame.
Thousands on thousands of people have told you what's going on, and you very well can go see for yourself what's going on. And what are you doing? Not a single thing. And I've lost all my faith in YouTube until I see some action being taken.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And what do you say to other women who feel they've been victimized by either Kai or Greg Onision, who have not yet come forward? What do you say to them?
I'll deal with that later.
It's not your fault. I know you want to think it was. I know you feel like you incited it. It was not. They had an end game for you, they had a plan for you, and you are worth it. You have value, and you are worth so much more than how they treated you. And go to authorities, get help, seek therapy.
Yes.
I know people don't want to seek therapy, but it helps. It really does. Find a trusted friend. My DMs are open if you want to. And just know that me, as well as many other people, we feel for you and we can understand.
Tonight, as we speak, how are you doing, Regina?
I am very saddened to revisit these memories, but I'm happy that I'm moving forward in my life onto bigger and better things, and I'm happy that we have a movement going to deplatform these kinds of people, and we're not going to stop. And I finally can say I have hope.
All right. Well, listen, it was a pleasure having you here. Good luck with everything. We'll stay in touch. We're not through reporting this story by a long shot. We'll likely have you back on again. Don't be a stranger, and we will very much stay in touch.
Absolutely.
And let's keep each other posted on all aspects of this investigation. Regina, thanks very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Yes.
So a couple other things I want to get into, and Regina, you're welcome to hang out and listen to this. But we did hear again from Greg Jackson.
He's talking again.
Rambling,
Hello. Let's see here.
Email talking about us contacting those who may have incriminating evidence on him.
Woo!
Tips almost on getting more viewers, more views on our YouTube show here. And it's just bizarre. And you got to wonder what his end game is here with us. He's made some rambling videos. He renewed his request for $350,000 to do an interview. We know that.
Okay. I don't think I talked about this in my last time that I talked about Onision, but with the whole Chris Hansen situation where he's basically asking for $350,000, let me just type up that number so that way you can get it clearly. $350,000. $350,000. That's 6 digits worth of money. Look at that. Look at that. Just look at that. Look at that. Look at it. He wants that much money to go on Chris Hansen's show and to not talk about the allegation. Number one, that violates the conflict of interest, where you're basically paying your interviewee to come on. Now, I'm not sure if this is typically a thing in the industry. I highly doubt it. But you're not supposed to pay your the people of interest due to the conflict of interest. Because if you pay them a certain amount of money to come on for a certain thing, they might say something entirely different, or say there is a video being made within a company, okay? And the producer is reaching out to people and saying, hey, we want to interview you for what's going on with the company. And we want your honest opinion. And if they are influenced, number one, within the company, it makes a conflict of interest because it's within the company they are going to be influenced to say positive things rather than someone outside of the company who's just randomly on the street say, hey, what's your opinion of this company? They won't have a conflict of interest. They'll just simply say, oh, I think, like, say they put too much mayo on their sandwiches. Like, they'll say, oh, I think they put a little too much mayo on their sandwiches. I don't think I'll go there until the mayo is handled. But roommates, they're playing music in the background. But anyway, okay, you can't hear it idly. Okay, that's good. But there's also the conflict of interest with money. If you are paying someone to come out and to be interviewed, now you could pay for their ticket, and possibly their food, but you can't give them cash, or I believe that's it. If not, you can't pay for anything, because they could have a conflict of interest. Like, oh, this guy paid for my plane ticket and my food, I should probably say some nice things. You know? Or say what he wants me to say. Which is a really huge problem. So, good on Chris Hansen for recognizing, hey, this is a conflict within my interests. I'm not gonna pay this guy. No, thank you. And I'm gonna be the bigger man and say, I'm going to have to decline the $350,000 tab, but still invite you to come onto the show. Cause with this, let's check out StreamYard and see if there's a, is there a subscription? This way to create. I'll log in later, but let's see if it's paid. Is there paid? Currently, it doesn't look like it costs anything. Run YouTube, use anywhere, save time. Very likely, it could be paid for. I'm not quite sure. Expand your reach, stream to multiple platforms simultaneously. Okay, I might invest in this, actually, because I want to stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. But yeah, I will. No, you weren't supposed to see that. You weren't supposed to see that. But yeah, yeah, the conflict of interest with money is a big no-no. So good on Chris Hansen for recognizing that. And shame on you, Onision, for not recognizing that there's a conflict of interest, young man. If I had a cane, I would smack you with it. What are you doing, boy?
He should know at least that he's always welcome to come on the show, as is Kai, to give their side of the story. They've refused to do that so far. And the response continues to be bizarre. Anyway, more to come. In terms of the YouTube front, as you know, our previous YouTube channel, we still have it, but it was sanctioned because apparently we tripped the algorithm YouTube has in place by using words including...
Yes, the algorithm. This is something that I wanted to talk about earlier. Currently, the way that YouTube is handling a lot of the problems within it is merely automation, rather than people looking at the hardware. They're basically letting the computers learn. And sometimes computers don't learn quickly enough. And sometimes the computers need an extra lesson here and there. And like point them in the right direction. And so far, the most recent thing that happened with the algorithm is that apparently it banned Onision's Markiplier fans. Dan's fans banned by spam. Okay. I don't know why I added an extra amp, but hundreds of Markiplier's fans have had their Google account banned for spamming emote. Emotes! Yes, their Google account, not just their YouTube channel, which some people can live with, but their Google account is something far, far worse than anything. It's the worst possible thing. It was the worst, and it's terrible. Here. This just happened like this week, where Markiplier, I love him. What? I'm not subscribed! Hit that bell, boy! Woo! Actually, I don't want the bell, because I don't really watch him all too much. But, yeah, yeah, a lot more people should be talking about this, but, where his fans were banned for engaging in comments. Let me see if I can find it. Yes. This is an example of what that would be banned. YouTube, get your shit together. Which luckily they had. And he made a follow-up video saying that a lot of fans are getting their accounts reinstated. But the outlook is not looking great. I love him. He's so fucking cool, dog. And I didn't realize, but he's Asian. Or, like, some form of Asian. I don't know specifically what. But he's Asian. And it's cool. And, you know, all that fun shit. Yeah, and it's pretty neat. So YouTube really needs to really take a look at the algorithm and put in specific things. I think there are things that can be handled, for example, with the Nerd City video where it's showing that certain words are basically demonetized within the algorithm. And Chris Hansen is having a hard time really talking about these issues and educating people on predators. I don't give a shit if I'm demonetized. But all this metadata is being demonetized. For simple things like state of Alabama. But what's a historian for Civil War who is publishing a video on YouTube about Alabama and how there's a certain war that happened there? What are they supposed to do? Go to YouTube and say, hey, I'm a historian, I'm talking about Alabama and the Civil War there, and educational purposes. Can I please have my video monetized? YouTube will probably just say, oh, the bot will learn how to not do that. Like, what the? You just demonetized the whole state. I think there's more states that are demonetized, too, like North Carolina and South Carolina. Which are a lot of northern states for some reason. I don't know why. But, besides the point. Point is that the algorithm, while it works sometimes, it's not working good enough. It's not good enough. We need to do more. We need humans behind the algorithm, double checking, making sure that it is doing what it needs to do. It could put kind of a first layer, and then, like, it could be automatically like, oh, like, due to this tag, we're going to, or say it's a difference between a video about Alabama and incest and a video about Alabama and, you know, educational Civil War. And after they put on the initial slap on the two videos, they can have a person verify, look at the two videos and say, okay, this one about incest and advocating for it is not okay. This is going to stay demonetized. However, this one about the Civil War is going to get remonetized. It's going to make money. And also with Onision and the copyright claims, he's obviously taking advantage of the copyright system, and he is blatantly abusing it. And as someone who is cinema, media, and technology major, who has gone over media law multiple times, I have received the same lesson 3 times. One from my technical school, where I went to high school and had a lab where we went over film and we discussed copyright there. Then I went to my community college, graduated with an associate's degree in applied science, and they had discussed media law then, and journalism there as well. That's why I know about conflict of interest, all that. And then, last semester, we had discussed media law, where we went into a large amount of depth about the law. So, yes, so Onision is blatantly taking advantage of the system and using it to silence people. That is what I'm seeing via Repsion, Blair White, Jacqueline Glenn. He's done this to Madame, which unfortunately with her case, I could probably talk about that in another day, but her case, where she was copyright claimed and ended up fucking up. She was copyright claimed, FPS Diesel. Basically, anyone who talks about him and uses his videos, he takes the money. Which I think he's getting a shit ton of money from people talking about it, rather than making his own good content, you know.
Put some quality time and effort into your content, mate.
Maybe even hire a scriptwriter. You know, somebody who has creative talents, and you can be the cinematographer, and have a director and producer. Somebody come in, because the shit that you're producing is shit. Remember that camera that fall down? Yeah, that sent shivers down my spine of how shit you are on set. Excuse me. But yes, Onision. Yo. But yes, I'm gonna send this over to my buddy. He's my buddy. No, I don't want languages. Get out of here. Streaming right now. Come on over. Smiley face. And then, but yes, he's blatantly taking advantage of the copyright system. He's blatantly silencing people, and he's blatantly stealing their money. I think, with how the current algorithm is going, we need to have the first wall procedure, and then the second wall. Where the first one will not demonetize, but just hold the funds, and it won't go to either party. And once when verifies it and says, hey, this video is fair use, if it's fair use, it will go to the original producer. If it's not fair use, it will go to the original creator. Or if it's fair use, it will go to the person who commented or parodied or followed the fair use law. It will go to them. If it's not fair use, it will go to the original content's creator. If that makes any sense. But currently, that's not how it goes, because the first wall is basically sending the money to the original creator, where they should hold that money. Hold it until somebody verifies it. Because if somebody has like 300,000 views on a video about Onision, and he end up getting all the money, they could sue. Which they should. They should sue. Because that's potentially money lost. Time and effort and money lost to this shithead. So, yes, I am pissed off. Something that is currently, a thing. Yes, 3 people are watching. Yay! 3 people are watching me right now. But, yes. Copyright claim. Something that really pisses me off, because it is taking the money, the hard-earned money, from somebody and taking it for yourself, and you did jack shit. You did jack shit. So that's why Repsion, Jacqueline Glenn, or any of the other people aren't using his videos in their videos anymore, because he'll copyright claim them. And he's currently, rumors are going around that he has a bot to copyright claim on his private videos. Which is just like, why go through all that effort if you're not getting something out of it? Which he is getting money out of it. There's no doubt in my mind. But anyway, I will continue, because it is now 11 o'clock. I've been streaming for a good 2 hours, 3 hours? I don't fucking know. But
Predator, which is a problem when you...
Yes. The fact that he has to, like, censor that word, it's just, so annoying.
YouTube channel is called Hansen versus Predator. So,
I don't even know how he does that.
We've done well with this channel. We've got a lot of followers, and thank you very much.
Okay.
And thank you for your trust, and thank you for your interest in these important subjects, because we're going to keep on doing it.
Yes, sir.
But we got a notice from YouTube on this channel saying that we were reusing content. Well, the only thing on this channel are the shows we've done on the channel since we started the channel.
What?
And then there was a reference to other YouTube channels using our content. Well, we have no control of that. That's a YouTube issue. So I still have not gotten an answer that satisfies me from YouTube as to why we get sanctioned on this. When somebody like Onision, who, according to all these witnesses, and there are more to come, folks, this is not over by a long shot.
There's more? I mean, aside from Billy and Kai and... Actually, yeah, there is a shit ton more. Holy fuck. Well, we already interviewed Sarah. We had Regina just now. Shiloh, the biggest one. We also have Sky, his first wife, who he allegedly divorced and didn't want to pay alimony, and he bitched and moaned and threatened to kill himself. Fucking pussy. Even though he cheated on her. Fucking asshole. And then, there was also the one-time girlfriend who was gonna be with him, but then she came to her senses and realized, what the fuck is this? And he left her 14 voicemails in at least 24 hours. Or at most 24 hours. Which is too many fucking voicemails in a day. It's fucking... Yay. It's fucking bad. I'm not sure what this is. And enjoying. Yes. Hi. Hi, hi, Jeremy. Hi, Jeremiah. Yeah. How you doing? How you doing, mate? That's another friend of mine. Sheesh. But yes. What was I just about to say? But yes, there are a shit ton of people to come. There's... holy shit. There's Billy as well, so that's a good 6... Okay, so there's Shiloh... There's Shiloh, Sky... There's Sky... Voicemail Girl... Billy... Kai... And... somebody else that I was gonna say. Fuck, I forget. I'm trying to think of it, but there's at least 4 people to be interviewed. At least! Or at least 3. 3 people to be interviewed. Sky, Billy, and the phone call girl. That could be interviewed. Good job messing up my name. Hey, I'm sorry, mate. I'm trying here. It's 11 o'clock at night. Give me a break here. I was up since like 9. So yeah, I didn't go to class today because I wasn't feeling well earlier today. But now I'm feeling great. But yeah, we have at least 3 people to be interviewed. And Or no, 5, because we can interview Kai and Greg. Or Taylor and Greg. Because I refuse to call them their pronouns because they did such horrible fucking things. As highlighted by this podcast, or this live stream. So, yeah, there is a shit ton more to come. Holy shit.
We're staying on this, and
Let's see.
we've got shows planned for a long time to come with alleged victims.
Yeah, LOL. Yeah.
We have been
I'm trying,
told
mate.
by very reliable sources that there is a lot of evidence connecting Greg and Kai to enticement, transmission, and possession of child pornography.
Yes.
And at some point, the feds are going to get involved here. And these are big cases. The irony here is a little bit that even though in the state of Washington, the age of consent is 16 and in other states 17, the federal law governing the transmission and...
That's right. State laws don't matter when the federal forces come in. That's why we still don't have slavery. So, they could totally get him on federal laws. So, let's say, for the sake of argument, federally, the age of drinking, for example, is 21. But Pennsylvania has a state of 18. Like, oh, if you're 18, you're fine in the state. State officers can abide by that law, but they can report it to federal authorities and say, hey, there's this person who's drinking, who's 21, or who is not 21, the federal law is 21, get this guy, and the FBI can come in and take him. That's why a lot of the weed states, weed is also a key thing too. That's why in certain states, even in Colorado, even if you have a state-given license to be able to distribute marijuana, recreationally or medically, you can still get arrested because it is a Schedule 1 drug, or I think it's still a Schedule 1 drug. I don't think they took it off yet. But, since it is still illegal federally, it doesn't matter whether it's legal in the state, federal authorities can still arrest you for possession and distribution. Which is a fucking shame, you know? Like, I mean, certain things, like, I mean, yeah, it's good that, you know, federal authorities can do that, but in certain cases, like, come on. Like, weed, like, you're just smoking it in your house, leave the person alone. Like, as long as they're not hurting anybody and they're, you know, a productive member of society, who gives a crap? But, at the same time, I'm thankful that the federal authorities are possibly looking into this, because a guy like Onision, who's taking advantage of these girls, and it doesn't matter what state you're in the United States, if you're 18, you can consent. If you're anything lower, you're gonna have some problems. Now there are certain states where you can have, certain states, with clauses, where if you're, or it's a little bit flexible, the younger you are. Like, for example, if you're 18 and you sleep with a 17-year-old, it's a little more flexible. But if, you're, oh, I don't know, 27, sleeping with a 17-year-old or a 26-year-old sleeping with a 17-year-old, yeah, your ass should be thrown in jail. I mean, what? How does this even, like, fucking register in his mind that this is okay? Did he not even consider a federal law? Like, what the But, yes, the federal authorities should definitely be involved with this. While state can do certain things, and they have done certain things. For example, when he, destroyed the wetlands all that time ago, which feels so long after all that's happened. With the wetlands, the state stepped in, said stop, he continued, and they gave him more of a punishment for that, which good on the state. And he's already on the federal's shift list because he tried and do tax fraud or tax evasion. And I want you to guess how much he owes the IRS. I want you to guess, because this is... I might have conflicting sources here, but this is the most commonly used number for how much he actually owes to the IRS. But I want somebody to guess. I want you to guess. What does exactly he owe to the IRS? I'll give you a hint. It's a shit ton of money. But yeah, while the numbers come in, I know somebody's watching. Oh, hello. Are you okay? Somebody just shouted. Yeah, somebody is watching. But I want to hear a number. Somebody give me a number. I'll give you till 11:08. So like about a minute, I think. I don't know. We'll see. But once when that clock on my computer turns to 08, I will tell you the secret number, or the most commonly used number for this, which is it's a fucking lot, mate. I cannot wrap my mind around this number. This is a huge number. I'll give you a hint. It's more than what Onision is asking for to be interviewed by Chris Hansen. I will tell you now. $500,000. 6 digits of money. $500,000. 13,000? Okay, yeah, there's a clear delay. But holy fucking shit. Yeah, he wishes it was 13,000. But allegedly, he owes more than, or just more, or allegedly he owes more than $500,000 to the United States Internal Revenue Office. Well, I was wrong. Yeah, that's okay. Hey, I wish I was wrong. I might go and confirm that right now. How much does Onision owe the IRS? IRS auditing me for the past 3 years. Is there a way to include audit edition? Oh, yeah. A lot of videos are confirming the $500,000 plus. Holy shit. He also owes a lot of money for the oh, hello. lolcow.com. IRS Audit Edition Anonymous. Greg's military records were discovered to be forged, and his med records implied that nothing was really wrong with him and other than behavioral issues. Yeah, which is military service. Ugh, fucking gross. This guy is gross. Greg Ma throws a narc tantrum at his ex-wife for not taking the $5,000 alone and abiding by the law. Thought they were about the law, Grease. But, yeah, whew. This fucking guy. This fucking dude. And apparently, he blamed TurboTax for him. Okay. David Davidson. According to this guy, Onision owned $150,000 to $300,000 for his IRS audit. This could actually fuck DSP over hard. Yes, because he basically bought a whole bunch of shit and claimed everything. From toilet paper to wedding rings to expensive cameras to 3 laptop setups or whole tower setups. This fucking dude I'm like questioning on whether or not to claim this laptop for $700 because I'm using it for personal use, but also I bought it explicitly for my internship. But since my internship is over and I'm still using it for my personal, important for Billy's taxes. Oh, yay, hooray. How much is Onision worth? I believe he says that $500,000 in there. To iDubbbz and everyone who is currently on the same side as white supremacists on the issue on the N-word. To ignore the deep, long history of oppression and horrible crimes associated with the N-word. Self-righteous piece of shit. Oh yeah, his YouTube channel was terminated for a hot second. They brought it back. Who's this? Auditing me for the past 3 years. Screwed by YouTube. Okay, I have no idea. Fuck Kai, how about that? Yeah, this fucker. This fucking dude. But, yes, I really hope that, well, he already has that going for him. So if he goes into prison, it's gonna get worse.
Enticement of child pornography is 18. It's very clear. So while it may be legal in the state of Washington to have sex with somebody who's 16, it is very much illegal under the federal guidelines.
Absolutely. I am so
anyone
happy
to
for the federal
possess
government to step in
pornographic pictures of someone
and take this creep
younger
down.
than the age of 18. So there.
And people can have their own opinions on whether or not big or small government can step in certain situations. I think a lot of us can agree when we say that someone with a big enough of age difference. How old is this guy? How old is this guy? Let's just check how old is it. How Onision age. Let's check this guy out. Let's see how old he is. 34 fucking years old. And that's if he's being honest about when he came into the world. Which apparently he came in while being choked by his umbilical cord. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking believe that story. Like, I mean, it happens, but just, like, coming from this guy, probably just saying it just to say it. Just to be like, oh, feel sorry for me. If there's anything wrong with me, it started from birth. Like, fuck off, piece of shit. I'm not even having a filter anymore. Fuck a filter. Well, don't actually fuck a filter. No, don't do that. No. Well, it depends on what kind of filter, but you know what I mean. Don't fuck filters. But, yes.
The legal problem for Onision, for Kai, and potentially for other people wrapped up in this. Mm-hmm. Back to YouTube for a minute. So I sent an email to the CEO of YouTube, Susan Wojcicki.
Ooh, he has her
for an
email.
Interview regarding YouTube's policies on monitoring for predatory behavior on the part of its users and its streamers. Mm-hmm. Separate issue that we're having, which I don't.
I think more often than not, Chris Hansen refers to content creators as streamers, which there are streamers, but it's kind of like he's confusing a subcategory of content creator. While, yes, streamers are a thing on the platform, I think, from what I understand, there are content creators which fall into video makers, which take time to edit, and audio mix and put on filters or anything like that.
Like Onision.
And there are streamers who just simply do things live, who have a setup like I do, and there are the hybrids of the two. That, while yes, I do make some content, I also stream. Well, just to voice my opinion and get an unfiltered thing on here. Because, you know, I'm unfiltered here. And, I think he's kind of being confused for streaming services like Twitch, Mixer, and I think there was another streaming service. But Twitch and Mixer are the two big streaming services, and I think he's kind of getting confused on that. Hopefully, someone can clear that up with him. And yeah, but I just wanted to point out that little thing.
Understand in terms of being sanctioned. Okay, that's a separate thing. I do want to know from YouTube what the deal is. That's a business matter. I'll let Vincent DeCotra handle that. I am approaching this as a journalist. There's no quid pro quo here. I'm not going to do a certain kind of story on YouTube in exchange for not being sanctioned. I don't care. I'm doing this because it's the right thing to do.
We need more guys like this. We need more guys like this. I can't say this enough. We need more men like Chris Hansen who want to do the right thing to do simply because it's the right thing to do. This is why I follow My Hero Academia and why I, like My Hero Academia, because the characters in that do the right thing to do because it's simply the right thing to do. That's why All Might is the number one hero. My Hero Academia was the number one hero because it was the right thing to do, simply the right thing to do. He didn't talk about his money. He didn't talk about being famous. He didn't talk about being number one simply to be number one. He was number one because he did the right shit. And what pisses me off is that Greg had Onision on his Twitter banner at one point. I posted about it on my Twitter. Even though All Might is a fictional character, he has more integrity than you may. And he is so well beloved compared to you. Now, there's a difference between a real-life character, a real-life person, and a character. There's stark difference. But you know what? I respect All Might. I respect him. I respect the guy. He does the right thing to do the right thing. I think Chris Hansen is the All Might in this situation, And Greg, the Onion, is a low-level villain that is basically a background villain.
I don't make a sense.
He's not even worth it. So that's why I entice you to not head over to his Patreon and pay for content, just to simply pay for it, and leak it out. We already have leakers out there. There's already leakers out there, so just simply watch on YouTube. Do not head to his YouTube. And if you are going to watch his YouTube raw, download the video. Don't just simply click and watch. You're giving him views, and he should not get anything from us. Download his videos. That way, so that if he deletes it, you could simply say, hey, I have a Google Drive link. You want to watch it? Go over here. That would be great. Don't give him the satisfaction of giving him a view. Don't give him the satisfaction. Don't even give him the satisfaction of a dislike. Because that means that you clicked on the video, went down, clicked on it like this, went down here, and then left. That's engagement for him. Which means he's getting more eyes. And the less eyes on this guy, or the less eyes that are open to his messages, which are harmful and downright dangerous and exploitative, the better. The more eyes like Chris Hansen who want to take this guy down for the right reasons, the better. So.
Anyway, I got an email back within hours from the CEO of YouTube saying, very pleasant, and the email I sent to her was very pleasant, saying that somebody would get back to me. In fact, the head of their media relations department did get back to me, and we are trying to work out a time to talk. And I hope to have that person, the CEO or a representative of the company, on to talk about what YouTube is doing to govern predatory behavior. So it's very important. We've seen what can happen to victims. We've seen how young people can be very vulnerable if there are parents watching. I think we learned a lesson tonight about that. And I'm not criticizing any parents involved in kids who got caught up in this. It happens to the best parents. But I think there are a lot of takeaways from this conversation tonight, last week, and the weeks before. Please know we're going to stay on it. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Thank you, Vincent DeCotra, for moderating. Thank you, everybody else who is helping out tonight, and we will see you next Wednesday at 8 Eastern, if not before here, and along the way, probably on the television. Much more to come. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Woo!
Night, everyone.
Yeah, that's the first words that come out of his mouth all night. Oh my god. Alright, it's over. Holy shit. Okay. I'm gonna just turn on some Ruby. And I'm gonna check those audio levels. Okay. So, yes. Well, actually, should I advertise my Patreon? This is the moral dilemma here, because I don't want to take advantage of the situation like Madame, and you know, exploit this for. I'm just gonna leave this here so that people can soak it in. But it's 5 are watching. Hello, 5 people. But that was a stream. Shane Dawson is 31. Oh my gosh. And Silo, 26 years old. Significant age gap between people. Significant age gap. But yeah, it's almost midnight. I should probably wrap it up. I was hoping to go a little longer, but yeah, life. And I have a quick thesis to type up for my class tomorrow morning. But, and I just sent out the link for people to watch. But, that doesn't mean that we won't stay on top of this topic. I know a buddy of mine saying, hey, you're obsessed. No, I am just a person who is simply staying on top of the topic. I am not like Joy Sparkle BS, where I'm making 25 videos span of a month. I surely ain't an Onision on the whole Eugene Cooney thing, where he made 75 videos in the span of 3 years about one person. Or hell, even Shane Dawson, he made a shit ton of videos on him. But honestly, I don't care. To be honest, I don't care. But I don't know what the fuck is that. Anyway, I recommend that if you're new to this, or if you're just a buddy, head on over to my Twitter, where you will get tweets from me, about certain topics. I recently just had a thread, about where Xander asked me about my proudest moment, and I recently talked about My Hero Academia live action movie, and whether or not they should go for. Let's see. Let's go through the thread. So they asked me whether or not they should have 3D animated or live action. And Legendary is producing the same people who did Godzilla and I believe Detective Pikachu. But yeah, I go into great detail about how they can handle it and how they can fuck it up. But yeah, fuck. Speaking of My Hero, but yeah, head on over to my Twitter, chat with me, hang out. You know, let's have some fun. And I just recently got back into My Little Pony, so I might start talking about that. Because My Little Pony just recently ended, and I'm just like, no! So I'm going back and rewatching for fun. Because it's fun. Because he's fun. And who else is still watching? Okay, 4 people are watching. Okay. And yeah, also, I am working with somebody very, very big very, very big, and I will show you their profile. Oh, wait. Ah! There. Ah! No! Snape! Ah! I want to accidentally dox him! Ah! Get out of there! How about we go to his YouTube page. Check him out. I am collaborating with this guy. I have the biggest smile on my face. I kept it on a close, tight lip. Close, tight, and, oh, hello. New subscriber. Oh, hello. New subscriber. Hello, how are you? Come back. Hit that bell. But yes, we are currently working on a character audio. I recorded my audio this weekend, and I just got his today. So I plan on editing that either tonight or during the day tomorrow. Yeah. I'm really excited for how this will turn out. I haven't listened to his audio yet, so I don't know. I gotta get used to hearing his voice and the fact that I'm working with the guy. Cause I mean, look at this guy. Like this dude. So fucking good. Ah, yes. But yes, but that's really exciting, and I would be posting it early on my Patreon. You can start at $3 a month, and you'll get it, I think, 3 days early. I still have to talk with him about posting it, whether or not he'll post the same day that I will. We're gonna post it the same day on our YouTubes, respectively. But whether or not I can release it early, or ask him to wait 3 days, I know he has his own busy schedule, and since he has 14K, he's probably producing content very often. But with this, I fucking love this song. But with this, I feel like I've made it. Unless I make it on like Vocal Pineapple or something. Or Vocal Pineapple Academia or something, I don't know. Oh, who are you people? I don't know, but I shall find out later. But aside from that, I'm really excited for this to come out. I will probably post on Twitter or even make a live stream and announce whether or not it will be available early on Patreon. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited. I'm like a little bitty schoolgirl. Oh my gosh. But yes, I will. Oh wait, I didn't check the thing I was checking. Okay, 3 people watching. Yay. I'm one step closer to. I am. Oh, hello. I get a lot of subscribers. Holy heck. Yes, we are collabing. This is the thing that's gonna happen. This is. Oh, I'm so. Like, I'm fangirling right now. It's great. So, I want to thank you guys for coming on to my stream. And make sure to check out Be My Eyes. I talked about that earlier in the stream. I'm not sponsored by them. I forgot to notice that to let you guys know that too. But check out Be My Eyes if you want to volunteer and help people who are blind or have low vision. Just simply download the app. It's free. I currently have it on my phone. I haven't used it yet. Because I'm, like, you know, an introvert. I struggle with social interaction. But, if you want to help somebody, because I don't want to just walk away and say, Onision's a bad man. This is a bad thing. You can help somebody. And if you felt helpless like I did, like, you know, I want to help somebody, but I don't know how, this is a way to do it. This is a way. I haven't used it yet. So I will tweet about it if I do use it. But this is something I really recommend for people. I think there's also a sexual assault hotline or domestic abuse hotline. Yes, head on over to, or actually, is there a phone number up there? No. Rain? What is this? Yes, I should probably check my sources before doing this. But, okay, yeah. Go to thehotline.org and they will help you however they can. If you feel like you are in a situation like it's a little sketchy, like they're not treating you as you should be treated, which is like gold, something is wrong. And don't be afraid to reach out and call the hotline. And also, yes, but that's a really big thing. Just make sure to reach out if something's going on. I want to thank the people who stuck around for the entire stream, if you did. 2 ads in a row. Ah, fuck off. But yes, yeah. That's the best that I could really come up with. But again, thehotline.org to get help. And yeah. And also BeMyEyes.com if you want to volunteer and help someone with impaired vision. So that's all I got. This is probably the longest stream that I've done in a long time. The last time I did this long was with the Halo Legendary campaign. I think it was the Halo 4 Legendary campaign that I did. But yes, check out the Be My Eyes and what was it? Thehotline.org. If you want to help or to get help, head on over to my Patreon where I might post the Morphe the Morphe collaboration early. I will tweet about that later on. Also follow my Twitter, subscribe to my YouTube, and follow my Twitch as well. Don't subscribe, because that costs money, and I don't want you to spend more money than you should. And then subscribe to my YouTube, and subscribe to Morphe too. He's a good guy, he makes good shit. Look at this shit, it's so good. Look at this shit, it's so fucking good. Especially this one, this is fucking good. But yes, I cannot sing his praises enough. You could say I have a bias towards him, but who cares? He's a cute boy. He's a good boy. But yes, that is everything. So I thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a good night. Now I shall go and get some hot cocoa. So, because it's freezing up here in the northern states. It's so cold. So, thank y'all for coming on, and I hope to see you again next time. Good night.